Oh, ho, 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 ho. Let's check this shit out. All right. Got peanut butter in my mouth. Tongue check. Gotta lick your camera just to let me know that your taste buds are there. Well, here we are. So, to start Blizzard and Baator, we have to have finished Cursed and come back here, and then there's a new messenger outside. I haven't read anything about it. I did make sure it was working, and I know it's working because as we walk,
I'm gone.
You can hear the footsteps. That is, I guess there's a bug that makes it so there's no footsteps, as well as looks different. What are you still doing here? Alright, we should get a little cutscene when we go out. Near the obelisk in front of the mortuary, a strange-looking man rushes towards you. You cannot quite put your finger on what is wrong with him. He seems both annoyed and terrified, his face shifting between the two states, as if two forces are fighting for control. Finally, you're here. I've been standing here for hells knows how long. I was sure I was going to perish. He takes another look at you, as if to make sure he is the right person. He sniffs and continues. You are the amnesia-ridden sod with no name, friend of Athelgrin, the Terrigan, the guy that was in the bar, I think. I have a message for you. He pats himself down, shivering with fear, searching for a possible note. Oh no. I love that I can tell it's like translated text. Alright. By the hells, no, I'm not alright. I'm perfectly fine. Tears run down the messenger's face. The fiends from the smoldering corpse. Yes, the messenger pauses, his expression shifting from annoyance to terror. They have another with them in these recent cycles. They have another with them in these recent cycles. Okay. You're not sure if the shift is connected to what he's saying, but for the first time it feels meaningful, or it's simply a coincidence. Okay, I can see how this is gonna go. He clears his throat, shrieks in terror for a quarter of a second, then begins to recite. Nameless one, I have heard that you are searching for answers to many troubling questions. I may be able to help you uncover parts of your distant past. I'm doing my Yakuza voice for the... What the fuck am I doing? When did I come up with this again? It's like when we were playing Yakuza 0. This is like the dude who played... who loved pocket racing, but then, like, everybody thought he was a loser or something, and so he's like, I'll never get a girlfriend. I may be able to help you uncover parts of your distant past. I also have a task for you that, along with the information you seek, may prove to be very well paid. Wait, may prove to be very well paid? Meet me at the back of the Smoldering Corpse bar. You notice the paper's blank as he puts it away.
Updated my journal.
Be interesting if that was a dexterity check to notice that the paper was blank.
All right.
Updated my journal. We're kind of roided. I gotta sell some shit before we leave. That's here.
Done.
It's not Z, it's Tab. Playing too much Neverwinter Nights. I'm excited for this. What's up, Fel? Oh, he doesn't actually, he won't buy anything from me. Tattoo of the Supreme Warrior. Armor class, strength, and base hit points. Damn, bro. It's half my money. I'll buy it, though. That's fucking sick. I just need space in my inventory.
Done. Done.
Damn, where the fuck can I go to sell some of this stuff? I'm trying to remember, I don't want to have to walk all the way over to Martha to sell this stuff, but I guess I can. Or not Martha, but, because this isn't a store, is it? This is just a warehouse. Okay, here we go. I don't need the silver bracelet. Any of these. Or that. That's all gone. You should have, like, a fuck ton of stuff in your inventory to sell. Yes. We will get to everything here momentarily. I do have a feeling that we're going to be really fucking strong for some of this stuff. Sent to the Storm. I don't really need the Serpent's Ring as far as I'm concerned. Part of me wants to hold on to the gold ingot just in case, like, there's a need for it. And more, I gotta throw some of this shit on the ground. Alright.
I'm gone.
We could sell like a fuck ton of these cranium rat tails, but it's gonna take me ages to sell them all. Alright, back to here.
I'm gone.
Let's go buy the Tattoo of the Supreme Warrior, I guess. It's definitely worth getting, considering my armor class sucks ass. And I can give it to somebody else, potentially. I bet you it's only available because I'm a level 12 warrior. If we're gonna buy this too. Tattoo of Spirit is +1 wisdom, and we can replace that with +2 wisdom, luck, and everything. Greater Presence is +2 charisma, which... that's the thing of regrets that I did. Honestly, I'll swap the +2 charisma for that. I'd rather keep the wisdom. And then, can I give this to you? Can you have tattoos? You can't have tattoos. Anna can have tattoos, though, right? Anna can have tattoos. Presence and Spirit. There you go. My stats are kind of cracked at this point. Does he have any other crazy tattoos for sale? They're gonna be like the couple $1,000 ones, if he has any. No, he doesn't. But I did spend half of all the money I earned in the game. Right there. Now let's ask the barkeep if he knows anything.
I'm gone.
No, I don't talk to you. God damn it. Barkus shushes you and looks around nervously. Not too loud, please. And he's no man, certainly. He makes sure nobody's listening in and continues. He's behind the bar, the door just to the left, but close the door behind you. Not a problem, but old Turgey's a private person. In the back room of the Smoldering Corpse bar, beside two familiar Abishais, stands another in dark crimson scales. He's more grizzled and hunched, but his gaze makes it clear that his condition should not be mistaken for weakness. Finally got some dark roast coffee, man. Oh, it's nice to have some dark roast coffee. I don't mind medium roast, but if you're having light roast coffee, it's like you might as well be drinking water, man.
You came. I was starting to think you aren't cut out for this after all, amnesiac.
I do like you can clearly tell that it's like a modern recording of the voices, because like all the characters here that have voice lines sound like they recorded it through like a fucking 1812 like microphone. I told you he would come. Tergush Tekan. Blood's word is good when he remembers who's who. He could have come a bit sooner. I always take a long time to come. Yes, yes. Sperm. Nice joke. Yeah, I come as I please, friend. The Abishai moves silently closer to you, radiating an aura of heat. He lowers his voice. We have a mission for you, amnesiac. One that would be very beneficial for you. But I've almost solved the puzzle of my existence. I'm in the final steps to resolve it. Yes, and you have done before, and yet here you are again. Have you not found evidence of you doing this over and over again? Would you not rather do something that could actually work for once? I have a feeling that this time is different. The red-scaled devil laughs quietly and whispers, You are more right than you know, but also so very wrong at the same time. It is true that you broke some stepping stones leading to this moment, but inadvertently you created some new ones. You can't see it yet, but you will likely find yourself here in this bar in a couple of years, asking about these tattoos of yours again and again. But you are right about something. This time is different, but only because of what I'm about to reveal. The Abishai moves even closer to you. Let us start with the fact that we already know each other, like my dark-scaled colleagues. I fought alongside you a long time ago. Another woman fought with us, and she was very close to you. If she was pretty, this sounds very plausible. This is such a fucking... This is so, translated line if I've ever seen one. Oh, man. I do not come empty-handed. I know that your memories have a strange way of finding their way back to you, even in fragments. I brought something of hers to see if it triggers anything in you. Tegarin presents a red-horned helmet, exquisite in design and seemingly very old. She wore this when you last met, I believe. Go ahead, touch it and see if it brings anything back. Oh wow, whole cutscene. A little goofy, but it's cool. This is very high quality. A memory hits you like a charging Baator. Of course you know her. She was your world, your anchor, an eternity ago when you were still mortal. You cannot recall the topics of your conversation, but you remember the depth of trust and companionship. She knows you better than you could ever know yourself. She could end your torment for good. How could you ever forget her? I think it worked, boss. The blood is, yeah, I think it worked, boss. The blood is staring off into the distance, as if he forgot he exists, the fiend says, quickly picking up the helmet and placing it in a bag on the floor. You saw her, didn't you? Her name is Fury Vehement. She's the most beautiful and deadly creature, whose blood has stained the battlefields of Avernus and Callus. Unfortunately, Fury needs our help. She is missing. Her trail has gone cold, and contact with her is impossible, but we know she is alive. Had she been destroyed, a superior would know. We want you to go rescue her. Beyond helping an old friend, it could bring you significant rewards, financial, and most importantly, personal. What is this? This is a big mod for Planescape Torment. So we're playing it. It came out like a month ago. How big? I don't know. This is part 1 of the mod. I don't know how many parts they want to make, but they've been making it for like 4 years or something like that. You can get it's Blizzard in Baator, and you can get it on Nexus mods. I didn't see it on ModDB, but that doesn't mean it's not there. I usually prefer to get my mods on ModDB, but Warhammer's just cool. I just like the setting of Warhammer. The devils exchange knowing glances. We have seen what you can do. We know you are trustworthy. You will be the right person in the right place. I have no doubt of that. After all, Fury was your closest confidant. Alright, alright. The red Abishai sighs, as though burdened with what he must say. He gathers himself and whispers, In Mephistar, the 8th layer of Baator, Cadia. A difficulty to pick, I don't know, I wanted it hard, but it's like red, flag saying first place. What Warhammer game are you playing? Because there's a ton of... You playing Rogue Trader? You're playing Rogue Trader? I actually, having played a decent amount of games, I felt like the beginning of Rogue Trader was really hard. Yeah. I felt like the beginning of Rogue Trader was pretty hard, but once my build was established, I blew through everything super easily. So, I would probably just play it on normal, though. Because you're going to struggle in the first, like, 30 hours of the game. But then, like, my sister of battle just got so fucking strong. She was, like, one-rounding absolutely everybody. I'd enter a fight, and she'd run and kill 3 people, take an extra turn, kill 3 people, take an extra turn, kill 2 people. Then it'd be my next person's turn, and I'd give her an extra turn, and then she'd kill 2 more people, you know? And it was just like, alright, you know. Once you find out your combo for winning, it can be pretty easy, like the combat-wise. But there's a lot of dialogue and other things that are important. And the quests, you gotta be careful with the quests. Some of the quests can, like, they're active throughout the whole thing. And if you don't make a right dialogue choice or a right decision, like, during the game, then, like, later when it comes to a head, you can only get, like, the bad outcome in a certain quest, which kind of sucks. It kind of sucks because you don't know that those instances mattered, but also I appreciate a quest like that because I really dislike coming to the end of a campaign and it's like, oh, do you want like Deus Ex Human Revolution where you come to the very end and then you just get to decide whether you're a good, bad, or neutral guy, and it's like, what the hell are you talking about? Shouldn't my actions have influenced what ending I get? That's just some people. I can read while music's going, but I do have that same thing. Like if I'm trying to talk to you guys and music's going in the background, I have to like hit the pause screen to like think about what I'm saying, but it really depends on what the track is and what the music is. Sometimes it fades into the background. There's a lot of reading in it though. If you enjoy that kind of thing. Like I enjoy that kind of thing, but Tergush Hecken smiles grimly. We know some things about you, Nameless One, but relatively few. You also know very little about yourself. You may think that you have learned a lot over the last few days, but that is only the tip of the iceberg. None of us ever spent as much time alone with you as Fury did. Centuries ago, she boasted to us that you had told her about your deepest secrets. She does not suffer from amnesia, so she could probably reveal a few intriguing tidbits and certainly suggest some alternatives to your current self-destructive path. You do not need to worry about that. It is just Batezu politics. What matters is that we know she still breathes.
Wait a minute. Before we tell you the next part, you have to declare whether you're in bindingly.
A contract materializes in his claws. The fiends burst into a chorus of laughter. Oh, you distrustful amnesiac. Do you truly suspect us of hungering after your soul? What a joke. Nevertheless, of course you can. After all, the devil is in the details, is it not? The contract does not mention anyone's soul. It is a straightforward transaction. Money in exchange for bringing Fury to the Smoldering Corpse Bar. All parties must maintain discretion and not disclose the purpose or destination of their journey. The Fiends are also bound to provide an artifact for survival in Cania. You are bound to reach Cania according to the devil's instructions. The document accepts your signature and confirms its finality with an accompanying orange flash. The fiends visibly relax. See, it's stuff like this that I feel like you could really come in here and tweak with a fine-tooth comb. I know this is the kind of shit that like that gets Cryo's blood boiling, but that's because he reads a lot more than I do. I don't mind it so much, you know, because this is kind of like how I would write, right? You know, which is, it's fine. So I'm not here to compare this to like James Joyce or something, you know. Turgush Tekon bears his teeth in a smile. Excellent. There's hope for our friend's return. We can now move on. Near Mephistar stands a tall mountain with twin peaks, Nemezia. Recently, the frozen, naked corpse of a man appeared at its summit. Some brave Batezu identified him by his tattoo. It was Manoe, Brine of the Society of Sensations, a Sigilite. Near his corpse stands an old stone arch, which the summoned arcanists determined to be the exit of a hopping portal. Hoping portal? After a brief investigation, it turned out that Manho was a were-shark. Really? You could be a were-shark? That sounds awesome, bro. What the hell? Tragically explains why no one had found this portal in Siegel before. It is probably underwater. Most likely in or around the ditch. the arch is still standing, but if the local authorities discover it, they will probably tear it down. A were-shark? So like a were-rat but a shark. How great is that? Fucking hell, dude. Mort's supposed to know all this stuff. He's not supposed to be an unknowing guy, huh? His line should be something like I'm thinking about it. It should be like a were-shark? Question mark. And then we hit like the Star Wars joke of like, you know, I thought, ooh, nice, 50 stream streak. Let's go. I appreciate it, Sella. His line should be like a were-shark, and then it's like, and I thought were-rats smelled bad, you know, or something like that, you know. Think a were-shark, thank God I don't have a nose, Chief. You know, something dumb like that. They say a shark's got 6 vaginas. Next to the blue whale, Chief. You're the biggest pussy I've ever met. It's a local river that runs between the Hive Ward and Lower Ward. River, Anna snorts mockingly. First time I'm hearing about such shite. I cannot believe it. River. You think a lowly, dirty, half-breed fiendling? I grew up by the ditch. You cannot imagine about how much I know about it, you grotty fiend. Grotty? You frothy fiend. I'd like some froth in me coffee. Not really. So it does run between the hive and lower, but it ain't a river. It's a large, nasty, stinking sewer. At times, it gets cleaned if a nice, cozy upper plane dumps its load in it. Because that's what the ditch is made up from. Nasty portal juice. Refuse from the Great Foundry and just shite. Loads of shite. I hear that there are some bright and hopeful sides to it. Perhaps even beautiful. It's all bad. The Suicide Falls are easily the nicest place there. Anna gives a faint, ironic smirk. That's where it falls off the cage, and that's where sad wee Connies go to die a romantic death, flinging themselves into oblivion. There's nothing more romantic than dying in the moonlight. Ugh. That is the name of the mountains. The Betezu seems confused by your question. It is quite close to Mephistar and it offers spectacular views. It's high, rocky. I do not know what else to tell you, amnesiac. It does not really matter who found it. Luckily, our associates found those who found it before they found those who wanted to find that information about finding who found the portal that I found that they did not find. 'Tis better not to consider how many victims this information has claimed. Looks at you in amazement, then glances at the other two Abishai, as if seeking confirmation of whether this is mockery or ignorance. Kenya lies deep in the hells. It is also the only route to Nessus, Nessus. From Morrowind. Also the home of Asmodeus. Hiding it from visitors is a strong defense measure. A shortcut bypassing such enormous defenses is unacceptable. The fact that it is a hopping portal prevents a full-scale invasion, but small spy units can still reach it, bypassing the entire hierarchy, just like you will. This is, in theory, unacceptable. In practical terms, though, it is very fortunate for us. For now, we are in the process of determining the location. One of our spies is coming to the ditch in search of an entrance. However, we do not know what the key is. Manaway did not have any items with him, so he must have been robbed already in Cadia. But we have a lead. There's a professor named Mawu at the Civic Festal who might know something about it. The fiend hisses with disgust. She's an expert on doors, gates, and portals of all shapes and sizes, but he looks at Aragrin. Someone in the Festal, someone got to the Festal to ban all Abishai for the next 40 cycles. So you may have to beat them first. It's only 36 now. Meet with her. Learn something about a possible portal to Cadia, or about hopping portals in general. Return to us and report what you discover. He exhales, filling the air with the scent of sulfur. Any questions?
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal. I got my journal updated. I done wrote on my skin. Got my journal updated. Shit.
Excellent. Then meet with Mawu and come back with what you learn.
Done. Done. We're all stuck in here because I closed the door. Done.
Hey, wait, is this...
Hold up, Chief. I got something to say to you.
Yeah. Let's talk now about the fiend. Let's talk now that the fiends can't hear us. He starts calmly, then suddenly bursts into a shout. Chief Baator again. See, I feel like he would say some shit with they're like, "Oh, sign this contract," and Mort would be like, "What in the nine hells are you doing, Chief? Don't trust these assholes, you know." Mort's such a confrontational character. I can't imagine that he wouldn't just like fucking say that shit right there. Maybe this ain't Avernus, praise the powers, and I hope we stay away from it, but still, why? Why? I've had so many questions, Chief. Chief, do you trust those devils? Answer me sincerely. At least you have the common sense not to trust them, but if you don't trust them, then you must think you can outsmart them. Let me have a look at you. The skull flies up to your face, close to one eye, then carefully examines you. He's looking for any intelligence past these optic stems. You seem smart enough. I'm even more surprised you agreed, but maybe we stand a chance after all. It'd be good if he flew up and, like, looked into your ear and he's like, "Chief, I can see straight through to the other side." Don't get me wrong, you may be better built than the average Sigillian, and you've visited a few places, though only occasionally, and only for short periods of time. The conditions there weren't even remotely as harsh. Just its surface, and you were in a city pushed from the outlands. That wasn't the wilderness of Carceri, but that's two soup words. Let's get back to the main issue. Baator. No, we modded the game. So we have a whole nother part 1 of a campaign to do. This is Blizzard and Baator. Which, it's like its own cutscenes, voice acting, stuff. It came out last month. Month before last? I think it was last month. It's had one update since then. I'm scared as hell, Chief. Sounds dumb, yeah, but I'm playing it. I'm happy. It's free. That's only the first layer. Cadia is the 8th, the second to last. This isn't about chasing away cranium rats, Chief. That's where Gelgoogans live, and maybe something worse. Ice devils with insect bodies. They tower over most Glabrezu and weigh over 700 weights. Could you defeat something as big and heavy as an ice storm? Could you defeat something as big and heavy if an ice storm separated us and you didn't have my teeth at hand? Yes. Now imagine 10,000 devils like that. They all know where to find you. Because after you sign that contract, someone higher up will find out about it. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure that through some channels, their superiors will find out about this. And then their superiors. And then the superiors of those. Listen, the Gelugans are among the highest ranking devils. They despise those weaker than themselves. The contract gives you no protection against them. Take that into account. Perhaps you'll find a book with a chart of their hierarchy. Of course I will, now that you've said it. And look at the difference in rank. Tezu are not Tanari. You've signed into a cruel, brutal, bureaucratic machine. Only instead of governors, your contract was written by monsters who want your soul. But if you have one, and your body, who want your soul if you have one, and your body, which would be very valuable to them in the Blood War. Don't forget that those strange shadows Ravel said you attract are still chasing you. I'm afraid they'll be able to find you even in Cania. There won't be any inns or abandoned buildings where you can safely rest. You need to prepare really, really well. Really, really well. Well, good that you asked an expert. Let me think. Practitioners often have some nice treasuries in their thought guilds. Under Siegel, under the clerk's word, can be a good test of skill, and you might even find some loot that's one of the most. You might even find some loot. It's one of the most dangerous places around, but I think you need the most. You think you need the most. Fuck. But I think what you need the most is a large supply of medicine from a trusted healer. It is. So you play up until the point where you come back from Carceri, or you come back from defeating the Deva, and then a messenger approaches you and this quest line starts, and they say, hey, instead of ending the game and repeating the cycle, how about you come over here and do this other stuff? So we are high level. I'm still the same character as I am before. We just haven't done I was standing right in front of the portal when I made a save, and so I reloaded that save, and we have just gone and recommend starting at level 16. I think I'm like level 17 or 18 or something like that. We did scum a lot of XP. I'll have to double check. Chief, do I ever blow hot air? I don't even have lungs. What level am I? Oh shit, I'm level 14. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I did so much shit. How am I at level 14? Yeah, I know, but you're not me. And I figured it'd be kind of fun. I like modded stuff.
Come on in, Cutter. Come on in, Cutter. You're gonna love this.
You're gonna love this, Cutter.
Update of my journal.
So to release Dimitri from his zombie fucking condition.
All right.
Come on in, buy a drink. See the burning man. He's on fire. You've got to see it.
Oh, and there was a guy in here that I didn't recognize, or at least I hadn't talked to before. This dude, who's like half invisible. See, a soft-looking man with gentle, far-staring eyes. He dresses in supple leather clothing and carries various implements of use and destruction about his body, such as ropes, spikes, tinderboxes, empty vials of air. He looks half gone, literally. There's an insubstantiability to his existence, as if his essence has been partially leached away. He focuses those eyes on you, and suddenly you find them gripping and determined.
Greetings to you, O Seeker.
He carefully sets down the mug he's holding and gives you his attention.
I've seen the far reaches of the multiverse and have returned to tell the tale.
I've walked upon the bodies of dead gods and spun moonbeams in the astral ahead of a thousand shrieking Githyanki nights. I have passed the edges of existence and watched my essence shiver away before me. What is it I can do for you? Perhaps I have answers for you. I met a woman named Ingress with very bad teeth. This is who I gotta talk to help Ingress, I see. He pauses briefly, thinking. I know the portal of which you speak, though I've not traveled it in these 30 years gone. I will take her home, Seeker. Go tell her to await my arrival, then meet me back here, and I will tell you if I was successful or not.
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal.
Done.
God damn it, I get the hiccups. Everything's fine. Like, you know, I'm calm, cool, collected. I get the hiccups, and I'm about to commit a crime. You know? Everything's okay until I fucking start hiccuping. You? She squints at you. What is it you want me now? What do you want of me now? You wanted me to leave? Not leaving this city. So I'm not. I can't. Tried. It's not a city. It's a prison. Ingress falls silent. I want to go. Want to leave this place. Ingress says nothing, merely nods, her teeth chattering inside her mouth.
Updated my journal.
Updated. I done updated my journal. Shit. I did update it, but I don't think I spelled anything right in the journal. After a million lifetimes, I don't think I can read quite good. I'm thinking I took the wrong location to travel to.
I told you I'm tapped out.
I did not know this, but there is a bug in the game when you enter the Mahodran cube, which I'm glad I did not screw myself over, because I gave the cube away, so that's kind of unfortunate.
Was it successful? Candrian, sorry. Candrian stands as you approach him. The Tooth Woman wanted you to have these, he says, holding out his hand. She wanted to express her thanks, even out of the balanced book, as it were, and be done with the damned things. In the palm of his hands are Ingress's dancing teeth. Let's go. Enjoy them, Seeker.
Updated my journal. All right.
Ingress's teeth. 1 to 6 crushing. Only usable by Mort. This is a handful of Ingress's living teeth. Apparently they didn't want to go with her back through the portal to her home plane. They rattle amongst themselves whether they are, whenever they are held close together. They remind you of a bunch of creepy ivory hopping bugs. Aren't these just worse than Mort's teeth? These are 1 to 3 piercing, and this is 1 to 6 crushing, so...
Hey, come on. Hey.
Shit. We should go buy the fire teeth for you, you know? The Drake teeth. Oh, that's that quest done.
All right.
We have to go to that location anyway. Hey. Cursed, Gone, Cursed, Ravel's Maze, Outlands, Pillar of Skulls, the Modron Maze, and Carceri. We are going to Clark's Ward.
I'm gone.
I'm gone.
I gotta come in here. I gotta talk to... Something said we should prep and fight people under the city. I imagine... Imagine that we have more locations to travel to. We can go back to Under Seagull again.
I'm gone.
I want the teeth of the fire drake. I did not actually buy those. Bought the teeth of the fire drake, and then I'm actually gonna come to Mort, and we're gonna sell these fucking scopes. I don't really care. Imagine you need the magnifying lens with the other companion to do some special shit. Or anything else I don't really care about. And if these are here, what do you have equipped? Wait, you still have these? That's very strange. These are the things we got. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. That's not very strange. Yeah, that makes total sense. I remember where we got those. I should have grabbed the rest of them. Oh, I gotta sell the beer goggles, too. They only sell for one. Gotta keep the Scroll of Celestial Host. That's probably gonna be insane when I can ever cast it. I don't really care about these other items here. Why does this weight? This is worth nothing. It's worth 1. I kind of want to hold on to these because I might run into a character that I want to take, and like there might be a new companions I can take instead. And I honestly like Dakin and Fall from Grace aren't as well. Fall from Grace is more interesting. Dakin is less interesting. I could see trading out some of these characters. I don't really want to trade out Ignis, but Ignis doesn't really say much. He is another one of those, like, he's a cool character, but he doesn't really talk or say anything, and so, like, I'm not really as interested in keeping him in the party. Also, send these to Mort.
Hey.
Yay! Now Mort has some teeth that actually does some damage. Alright, let's go.
Goldward, also known as Wanker City.
Hey, they did what I was talking about. Where when you walk around, it doesn't always take dialogue from the main character. That's kind of cool. So when you step into the Civic Fest Hall, Fall from Grace gently takes your hand and pulls you aside.
To you a moment.
She seems a little nervous, which is a stark contrast of her usual stoicism. Maybe I should have mentioned this right away, but I didn't want to reveal it in public. She looks around, making sure no one is eavesdropping. As you know, a long time ago I spent some time in the Hells. I never mentioned the exact place where I was staying, but in fact it was Mephistar in Cania. You may think it's fate or some divine coincidence, but truth be told, it is one of the biggest and most, well, intellectually developed cities in all of Baator, so I would argue it's simply a common coincidence. Grace's voice trails off as she looks at the beautiful frescoes adorning the walls of the lobby. I hope, she adds in a whisper. If the frozen wastelands of Cania is where my path by your side takes me, so be it. It is not a place I would visit of my own free will, but we are bound to travel together, and I'm sure we will protect each other when the need arises. She looks mildly troubled at the assumption. If we end up in the mountainous wilderness, which I hear is the plan, then I'm afraid I won't be of much help. I spent some time in a prison at the bottom of a deep valley, and eventually was moved through a portal to the city itself. I was never truly outside. I gained a modicum of respect among the local fiends, unusual for a Tarnari among the Betezu, but I would never call any of them allies. She pauses and considers her next words very carefully. Perhaps there are some who will remember me, but I will still be an enemy. I will still be in enemy territory. Alright, who are we looking for again? Professor Mawu. Mawu.
I'm gone.
Professor Uwu is somewhere in here. Is it this fucker? No. I was never able to talk to this guy, but... Professor Mumbogo. The family doctor. A tall, lean woman with dark skin stands to the side of the lecture room, listening to the lecture while seemingly distracted by the texture of the wall, examining every pore in its surface, every pock and pore. Every now and then, she takes a scrupulous note in her notebook.
Why, hello. They call me Mao. And who are you, stranger?
I love voice acting, man. I love this shit. I like modded stuff, man.
Do any of us really know who we are?
Why do I feel like... She smiles widely, though it carries a hint of sadness. How can Mawu assist you?
I love questions. My life's goal is to seek answers.
I'm looking for information about a hopping portal.
In Sigil? Ugh. Mao knows nothing of such a portal. And if she did, she would stay far away.
Oh man, I love this shit. I fucking love video games. I love modders. I love video games. I'm not even joking. But hopping portals. Mawu pauses and scratches her chin dramatically. They're the definition of chance. It is easy to fall into them if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Of course, they still need a key, so they're not that dangerous. The real challenge is finding them at the right time. They follow a path so that they may travel to the farthest reaches of the multiverse, but they will surely find their way back sooner or later. It could be just seconds every 100 years, or 3 hours per cycle every cycle. It is really case specific. In any case, if you find such a portal, Mawu would advise you not to enter it. Such portals are usually one way, and in Kania, you will either freeze to death or be torn to pieces by an army of ice devils. Mawu gives you a broad, charming smile. If Mawu may ask, though, what evidence is there for the existence of such a portal?
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal.
Mamu raises a hand to her slender face. Manoe? Manoe from the Society? He went missing a few weeks ago, but Mawu thought he disappeared again to go swimming in the Thalassia or something. Mawu pauses. Poor Manoe. Oh, Manoe. He didn't deserve such an end. He was a wereshark and loved swimming in the strangest places. Unusual. I doubt it. Manoe preferred experiences to possessions, unless he ate something extraordinary. Manoe always liked to nibble on new creatures. He loved the sensations of the palate. Once he won a bet on Grandfather Oak and bit off a piece of a treant. He said afterward that he'd been pulling splinters out of his gums for a month. Dear Manoe. There's that famous sensei bravery. Let's just bite into a tree, shall we? Mawu's eyes fill with tears. Elvra sign. Koakaran? A Korkrakchan. Manoe always dined with Elvra whenever he was in Siegel. Mau does not know where to find him. He likely spends his time in taverns suitable for fiends. I think there might be somewhere near the port. Or I think there might be one somewhere near the port. Definitely haven't seen a bar like that yet. There's one by the smelly gutter of a river or the ditch.
I
Updated my
love
journal.
questions. My life's goal is to seek answers.
That's the most surprising answer you found. That's such a weird question to ask.
May your travels bring you enlightenment.
What is the may your travels bring you warm sands or something like that. Okay. So we have to find a bar by the docks, so I'm assuming there's a new location we have to go to. Let's check under Siegel, because we were told there's some stuff down here.
All right.
That being said, I kind of have already cleared this place out, so I doubt we're going to find anything down here. Oh my god, there's actually a lot of fucking guys over here.
Ignis hears you.
Desert hell, brother. The spell, it turns the gamma all the way up.
Playtime is over.
All right.
My bite's not working on this thing, Chief. My bite's not working on this thing, Chief. My bite's not working on this thing, Chief. We're actually so strong now for this. Hammer, rat, rat, rat. Damn, we're gonna be level 16 is the suggested level to start this. It's crazy. I think maybe they were talking about coming down here to just grind some XP or something. I don't know.
Damn.
I'm a little out of practice, it seems.
What do you wish of Ignis?
We kind of are at the point where I do have to cast more spells because these guys are a little stronger than
I'm gone.
Did you see that?
the average bear. But 8k XP per worm is pretty good. Not that I think we're still a long ways from leveling here. It's like, what, another 8,000? We need how much XP? We do like 100. We need 90,000 more XP to level up. When you're getting 8,000 a dude, it's not that long, but still. Oh wow, okay, so this definitely was not down here.
Damn.
Bite's not working. Bite's not working on this thing.
What do you mean your bite's not working on that thing, bro? I gave you the fire dragon teeth, so you would be fine.
Die.
Bite's not working. Bite's not working on this thing. Damn it! Bite's not working on this thing.
May my face lend me
All
strength.
right.
Shiawase.
We just get a second Aegis of Torment, really? 3 Constitution, base hit points, 3 to armor class? That's crazy. I guess it's better than this. Wear both of these then, because we're never going to go... we can't upgrade Dayanara's wedding band without going to the end game, so it's better to have... It's better to just have +3 Constitution. So we're getting +6 Constitution. That's crazy, man. A lot of fucking hit points compared to everybody else. Actually, Anna has a lot of hit points, too. That more...
May my face lend me strength.
The more Constitution we have, the faster we regenerate
May my
health as
face
well.
lend me strength.
They definitely were talking about coming down here if it spawned that guy down here.
Damn it!
Die. The Karak sings true. Die.
Alright. What is our level now? I mean, we're still pretty far off. And it's because, like, the way this game works is it's splitting. That 8,000 XP is really split, like, 5 fucking ways. So it's, like, not... It's not as quick to level up. I'm also thinking of Neverwinter Nights 2. Man, I want to play more Neverwinter Nights 2, dude. I'm so fucking into that
A lot
shit.
of practice, it seems.
People out there like, oh shit, we want to play fucking the next new game that came out. Bro, I'm over here like, god damn it, I gotta play Icewind Dale. I gotta play Avernum 2, man. Shit. Playing modded goddamn Planescape Torment. That's oh, that's a blood charm. It's actually nice.
I fear I've been wounded.
God, Grace.
Oh, what
this
the
isn't
hell?
Good at all.
Just fucking killed Grace. That's horrible.
Did you?
Damn.
I gotta res Grace and have her pick all her fucking items back up. She just get one shot or something for like 50 damage? I was actually about to say, like, I think I need to go look for some armor.
Yes. May my faith lend me strength.
Because Grace has got her bodysuit here. But I don't have any actual... use for a lot of this stuff. Hand, wrist. You can actually wear another earring. This one can only be worn... It's not usable by Ignis. Okay, so you can actually wear this. I didn't realize. So boom. Which is nice. don't really have much else that you can have, unfortunately. You're kind of like... It's crazy that now you have as much armor class as I do, because I'm fucking roided out with items. Nobody's near as good as fucking Dakin over here. I've given Dakin trash. You're actually holding, like, fucking garbage. Special gives protection from chaotic creatures. You have so much goddamn armor over here. -8. Should be sending him in all the time.
All right.
Okay, let's go rest somewhere. Door's sealed. Let's go back up. This is a location where you can keep leaving and coming back and the worms respawn, but I think they kind of wanted me to come down here and fight the dude.
All right.
We'll check here and see if they have anything. Sometimes Goncalves. I see here. We have some items. Memorize 3 additional first level spells and 2 additional second level spells. Increases regeneration. You will slowly heal fall from grace. It's probably better to just buy the one that gives you more spell slots. And then we go to your priest spell book and we memorize we'll put a curse on there. Put another cure light wounds. And we'll put one of those on because we don't have it. Cure moderate wounds, easy. Alright, here we go. I thought Ignis was doing some dance. First time playing this. We played Planescape. I've played Planescape Torment twice. But I've never played Blizzard of Baator before. So we were playing Blizzard of Baator. It came out like last month. Okay, and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to sell you... Oh, I can't actually sell that. That's annoying. You won't buy it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Can we rest in here? Or are you going to be... This area is hostile. Alright, let's go back to... well, we need to find a bar somewhere. I don't really know where the hell they want me to go for that. And we can go back to the hive here. And try the smoldering corpse.
All right.
Damn, I heal so much now that I've got these constitution rings on. I also went to the wrong spot.
Done.
Hope you're having a good day, Crazy Pants.
Done.
Yeah, I mean, it took them like 4 years to do this, and I don't really mind. Like, it's for free, and modders made it. Like, I'm not here to... Yeah, I'm doing all good. All right. Playing Planescape Torment. I gotta ask. Sorry, what is our thing here? Mawu knew the sensate mentioned in the by the fiends who found his way to Acania. It turns out that he liked to bite off parts of various creatures' bodies. Possibly did not have the key in his pocket, but in his stomach. You need to find Kokakrion named Elvrasine. He often dined with Manoway, and may know away what he eaten. In the meantime, I should head back to the fiends. Okay, I'm just supposed to come back here and talk to you guys.
You come back, Amnesiac. Did you find the key?
Tergrush Tekken raises a scaly eyebrow.
And she did not know exactly where this one appears? That is a shame.
Tergush Tekken looks a bit disappointed.
What shall we do about the key, then? The ditch, indeed. The locals use the name for the whole area surrounding the actual ditch. You should be on the lookout for our agent.
He pauses and sighs.
An imp called Prod. He may have already found something.
His voice betrays a hint of uncertainty. Oh, God, what was this guy's voice?
He balances carefully between idiocy and usefulness. Be careful.
Ah, fuck. I don't remember.
There should be a small mortal outside, preparing to lead people on a trip to the ditch. They've created some kind of tourist trap with the gang boys working under a local chieftain. But do not travel to Cania without meeting us first. First of all, we have additional information you do not need to worry about yet. Secondly, we must provide you with the protection we promised.
A tourist trap ingenious.
Updated my journal.
Another 15,000. Can we rest here? We can. Rest, quick save. Outside, we find Prod or something. And we'll finally go to a new location. I think. Drunk. Emery. I don't know what quest you're tied to. I think I fucked it up.
All right.
Don't get me wrong, I love this game. No, I think the game's great. I'm interested to see what they've done with this modded stuff. Morns for trees. I never really helped you out. If you had immortal infernal spirits, you'd have
There's much to be learned from all parts of society.
more interesting conversation. You're probably right. Who the hell am I talking to? This tourist trap? I assume it's somebody with a name. This guy? You see, what, Craddock's angry.
Updated my
That's
journal.
right. Thank you for the warning. You're the guy who didn't want to go work. I remember you. What does this say? Since they mentioned the fiends, blah, blah, blah. I told me to go to the ditch. To get there, I should employ the service of a small mortal just outside the Smoldering Corpse bar. Somewhere in the ditch, a name named Prod should be waiting for me. A small mortal. Oh. It's Port Tout. How did I miss this guy? He's standing right here. Been meaning to play this again for a long time. Yeah, I was too. I played it a long time ago. It's like an evil, like, warrior character, and then just kind of, like, bashed through the game like it was Baldur's Gate, and didn't play the game like it was Disco Elysium. And then I played a lot of other games, mainly Disco Elysium, like 5 fucking times, and then I was like, I gotta come back to this, you know? This is, like, where the formula comes from, and I'm glad I have. I should have a whole playthrough of this up on YouTube at this point. Gather round, trip to the ditch breach, leaving now. Warm your weary bones at the hottest spot in the whole hive. Just 10 coppers for a safe ride to the port. Yes, yes. Portal to the warm, sunny beaches of Elysium. Sium? Open right into the sand. Best for your bones.
I'm gone.
As you approach the harbor and the street becomes less crowded for a moment, Anna stops you with her tail. When you look at her, you notice that she's knitted her eyebrows and stares at you with a complete seriousness. Listen, do you think I wouldn't comment on the fact that you want to voluntarily return to the Nine Hells? Only an Egypt would do that again.
I've something to say.
Never mind the cold. I guess you noticed that Betezu for I didn't read last night, so my brain is all turned off. Never mind the cold. I guess you've noticed that Betezu, for example, the ones in the smoldering, don't go a bundle on me. They feel when a wee bit of demonic blood walks by. They will want to off me in their land. That's for sure.
If you want to leave, go ahead.
But there's something else. Do you want to take her? She points at Fall from Grace. She's a Tanari. Imagine her in Baator. The Betezu are not only gonna murder us, starting with her, but flay us alive for collaborating with their enemy. You've had enough time to remind yourself of what the Blood War is, succubus. She calls Fall from Grace. If you want to leave, go ahead.
Actually, I was planning to stay for a while, if that does not offend, Anna.
Oh, what now?
I like how they've spliced in like dialogue lines from the game.
I got memory issues. I updated my journal.
Do what you have to. I
I'm not
trust you.
I'm not entirely convinced, but do what you have to. I trust you. All right. Now we're in the new lands. Look, this is all new. I have no clue what's happening now. Drunk, hive. Oh, never mind. It's exactly the same. It's filled with drunks and collectors. Where shack manager. A plump man is keeping watch in front of the shack. He appears engrossed in the thick, leather-bound ledger he's holding, but as soon as someone approaches, he pays them immediate attention. You are no exception. He smiles politely as you approach.
Be greeted. Are you here to make use of prey bat storage?
I keep your inventory safe while you're away. You can come back at any time and safely withdraw it. Some people come to the port with so much trash that the boats would capsize if they tried to load all of it on board. They can pay just 15 coppers here to store whatever they want. All of these chests in the shack will be at your disposal and under my protection, so you can organize your things neatly. What would you like to know? Keen observation. The settlement on the other side of the ferry is actually on a peninsula, but the shape of the city and the differences in elevation mean that it functions as an island. Unless you can walk on walls, of course. There used to be a staircase. You can still find its ruins, but most folk just stick to the boats or portals. They know where they're looking, if they know where to look for them. No, sorry. I'm in the boat business, so people offering portals are my direct competition. And just loot these. Container's locked. Well, I'd probably lockpick him open, but he'd get mad at me. Sniff, sniff. You do not always feel like talking to fiends, but this one leaves you no choice. A huge lizard-like devil with red scales and powerful wings blocks your path, menacingly flaring his nostrils. The malevolent glint of his eyes and the numerous scars on his body suggest a violent past. He sniffs you loudly, ostentatiously from left to right, then contemptuously snorts at you. When he speaks, his voice sounds as if it comes from somewhere deep within the bowels of the earth. His silent companion just stares at you.
You think of Tergrush Tekken, Talkworm. Where is he, and what did he want from you? Tell us the truth or die in agony.
The Abishai narrows his eyes, transforming his gaze into two slivers of gold, calculating malice.
It's none of your business, mortal. My affairs are my own. Whatever you have to do with them, you must die. Your arrogance makes no decision easier. Makes my decision easier. I can't read sometimes. I will get my answers from your corpse.
Damn.
Big flashes of light. Oh, we're fucking...
Never cease.
Oh, we're already fucking dead. It's our last quick save day, 31/9/44, I think.
All right.
Well, let me skip through this guy's dialogue again. We are very, we're like 2 levels down for doing this. Okay. Just wanted to make sure we had those lines done.
All right.
Endure, I shall serve.
What's up? Okay.
Aye? Why not?
All right.
Blah, blah, blah. Why do you care? Defend yourself.
Ignis hears you.
All right.
Get 12k XP for these guys. Black Sphere is nice because Black Sphere doesn't hit allies, unlike the Fire and Ice move. God, it's so loud. I don't know what happened to the sound effects, but the mod definitely makes the sound effects
Nothing I can do.
a lot louder.
Yes,
Well,
very
if there's
well.
nothing you can do, you just stand here.
I hear your words.
Boom. Like, I don't think that's like sound effects. I guess I could turn them down a little bit more, but
Done.
Done. Oh, I might as well quick loot. Blood charm, some coins, and that's about it.
well, that was a little dangerous. The ferry captain and a mono drone. Oi! Going to the beach today, mere 30 coppers. Look at these cutscenes, man. I fucking love video games, bro. The ditch. Undead Berg. I've been here before.
Done.
Ideal beach body. Bro's a fucking lobster. That's awesome. At first you feel like your eyes are playing tricks on you. In the distance you see a human-sized crab walking upright on its hind legs, swaying awkwardly from side to side. The strange creature slowly approaches you. Your muscles tense involuntarily, but the creature does not seem aggressive. Standing almost face to face with it, you notice more details and your mistake. It is not a true monster, but a person encased in a slightly fraying costume. Up close, the costume does not even seem that convincing, especially since you can see the sweaty face of a young woman behind the thin mesh around the creature's neck. Despite her obvious exhaustion, she smiles broadly at you with just her lips. Her voice radiates an energy belied by her resigned stance. Good day, good day. You have a chance to become my client. How about it? The girl seems to have been waiting for this. She throws back her head and lets out a scream that would drown out even the winds of the pandemonium. Crab puffs! Crab puffs! Why do you need fancy puffs when you can have crab puffs? Pack a puff in your mouth in a jiff. The crab claw concealing her real limb, the girl reaches into the cubic bag strapped to her waist. You had not noticed it before because it was styled like a piece of crab shell. From within, a paper bag appears. A puff? Only a copper for the package. The girl's smile widens as she shoves the bag under your nose. You're faced with a handful of shell-shaped crackers, most of them broken and battered from being smashed together for so long. From what you can tell, they were originally white, but these have been dipped in a yellowish sticky sauce with looks and smells like earwax. Which looks and smells like earwax, with a hint of rancid, month-old fat and rotten fish thrown in. You feel the stomach juices rising in your throat, as if trying to escape the prospect of consuming this food-like abomination. I'll buy it. I'll buy that for a copper. The girl snatches the coin from your hand with the skill of a professional diddler. I put that on my fucking... on my, resume. Professional diddler. Don't necessarily think you want to put that anywhere. The coin disappeared somewhere in the depths of her costume. In return, she hands you a bag of what is undoubtedly a toxic delicacy. You rip open the package, driven by a pernicious grisly curiosity. Nothing matters in that moment. Neither the smell searing your mucous membranes, nor the warning churning in your stomach. You take the crisp and carefully crush it between your teeth. It slowly dissolves in your tongue, as if trying to seep into your tissues like a refined poison. You wish it would numb your taste buds, but it does not. Slowly, almost agonizingly, taste sensations begin to reach you. You have eaten rats tastier than this, half-decomposed ones, too. You feel as if your body is turning inside out as the ground-up, crabby paste slowly slides down into your gut. Bleh, Chief. Better not blow in anyone's face. I may not have a nose, but I still squirm. The girl gives you an enigmatic smile and quickly exchanges the coin for another package. You delude yourself that the next time you eat, the olfactory and gustatory sensations will be more digestible, but they are not. These puffs have never been These puffs have never even been close to digestible. You chew and devour another portion. With each bite, you feel less and less like yourself, and more like a ground-up, trampled, and decaying crab. And how is it, she asks. Do you want one more package? Of course, they will never bore me. The girl gives you a slight enigmatic smile and quickly exchanges the coin for another package. Do this stuff the next time, blah, blah, blah. Kid crab. No, never enough. The girl shrugs all her crab shoulders. Whatever. I'll hang around the beach until I sell everything. She walks away and resumes screaming at the top of her lungs. Who does not eat a puff is full of guff? Hey, hey, hey! Little did I know I'd be wasting 3 coppers on getting a fucking venereal disease, but... Beachgoers. You already realized that the beach is a unique place, very different from the rest of the ditch. Most of the people you meet here are not typical residents of this part of town. You can see this, for example, in the 2 women laying on colorful towels near the shore. They must be around 50, but their fanciful dyed hair, large straw hats, and low-cut swimsuits make them look several decades younger. One of them seems a little worried. You hear her speak to the other. I don't know, Milla. Was it really a good idea? It's so weird here. Look at all the trash buried in the sand. I don't know if it's real sand or just gravel. And look at the water, it's so dirty. And that shape floating on the surface by the pier. Looks like a dead rat. Come on, give it a rest. It's about your attitude. Sure, this beach may be a little rustic, but it's not that bad. At least we got away from the clerk's ward for a while. Think about it. 2 weeks without our boring husbands. We're free as birds. We should have saved up and gone to the beach in Portico or Arcanos with Tessa and Giselia in a year or two. Nonsense! Elysium and Arborea are overrated. Only rich snobs with no taste or originality go there. Trust me. At least this place has character. And you know, doctors recommend going to the seaside every year to breathe in the sea breeze. It's good for your complexion or something. I don't know. If it's good for our complexion when someone sticks a knife under it. I don't know if it's good for our complexion when someone sticks a knife under our ribs. Look how the locals are staring at us as if we were piggy banks with coins inside. The woman rolls her eyes. I didn't know you were so paranoid, Philomenia. People are people. I don't know what you're talking about. At that moment, the woman notices that you have approached. You feel their eyes on you as they scan you from head to toe. You see their pupils dilate, and a charming smile appear on their faces. You can read the signs. They've taken a liking to you. Oh my, Philomenia, you're absolutely wrong. Look at the hottie who's come to our humble, towel-clad doorstep. Is it because my charisma is like 19 or something? 20? Oh, hello. Can we help you with anything? The woman giggles, stretching out her legs. The red nail polish on her left toe digs into the sand. I'm Milia, and this is Philomenia, my friend. We're on vacation, but we're so bored. She sighs deeply with a practical gesture, destined to make her breast sway as much as possible. Not normally how I describe you. Oh man, this is good, man. I like fucking modded stuff. This is dumb. Would you like to keep us company, sweetie? It's the middle of the night now. Oh, how wonderful it was coming here, wasn't it, Philomenia? Oh, yes. The woman fixes her hustled hair and winks at you. Definitely. Come see us again sometime when you're in the area. We'll have fun. I've rested 8 hours. Time to eat more crab puffs on the beach. The animator. A huge, tusked creature stands in the center of the beach, with a sign hanging from its neck that reads, Ask me about the landmarks. The Hulk is slowly leaning from side to side, but otherwise remains very still. The creature opens its mouth and starts speaking slowly in a deep, droning voice. The words are barely legible. Oh, man, no. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh, yes, I'm so glad it's fully voiced. They got like 2 people to do the voice acting for this. And like they just have to put like a voice mod on like one of the guys. This is like the same guy who voiced. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy who did the other thing. That's so funny. These guys sound like, you know what they sound like? With the voice thing on, they sound like the characters from Cruelty Squad. The creature shrugs and points to the sign on its chest. I'm not gonna ask him again about the landmarks. That's pretty funny though. 24 copper commons. That was something. That was something, man. Your way is blocked by a young thug dressed in what looks like a stinking pile of old rags. His hair, glued with grease, is put up in an attempt to be intimidating. The boy is armed with a dagger. You notice that his pouch almost tears apart due to the weight of the money hidden in it. His fingers are fidgeting nervously. It's funny because this is like an oxymoron, right? You notice that his pouch almost tears apart due to the weight of money hidden in it. It's like, well, if it's almost tearing apart because it's so full of money, then the money's not really hidden inside of it, is it? It's just in the bag, you know. It's in it, but it's not hidden. I mean, maybe from sight, but you can infer, so it's not hidden, because there's so much that you know what it is that, you know. Good day. You see a somber, pale-faced dustman in black robes. She's staring into the distance and doesn't appear to notice you. She turns slowly to face you. Yes? She folds her arms in her robes and waits. Oi! Lemon! Get over here! Adrian the Bum. An older individual stands beside a poorly constructed announcement board, dressed in somewhat elegant but decrepit clothes. He watches every passerby closely, trying to wave them down, only for them to avoid him. When he notices you approaching, he springs to life, carrying the pungent smell of an unwashed body. Need anything, boss? Adrian can get his hands on everything. I just want to ejaculate on your bazongas and stroke my anaconda. Coolio, what the fuck was that performance, man? Dracula 3000, dude. I'm not, like, it is, as much as the other movie, I can't even fucking remember the name of the other half-star movie we watched, like, I don't even remember. As much as that, like, fucking is completely deteriorated off, like, the surface of my brain. I can't even think about what happened in that movie. All I know is it was really bad. And the camera made me nauseous. And it was supposed to be Yojimbo. But fucking Dracula 3000, man. It sucked as bad, but something about seeing Casper Van Dien and Coolio in the same movie just really, like... It might... It sucked. So bad. I wonder if I'll ever give a half-star movie a heart, you know? I wonder if we'll ever run across a movie that's so fucking bad and so trash that, like, I appreciate it more, you know? There's part of me that believes one day it'll happen. It's like Starship Troopers, like 2 and 3 or something, which are bad movies, but are, like, kind of enjoyable. Dracula 3000 was nothing enjoyable about it, but I feel like there's got to be a half-star movie that I'll rate, that I'll give a heart to, you know? I'm sorry, I'm just distracted. I watched some of the worst movies I've seen all year this weekend. Oh my god, I shot him in his program, bro. I can't think anymore. Adrian takes a deep, theatrical breath, his face lighting up with a rogue-like smile. I, Adrian, am boss, the pike and best tout in this bloody anthill. No other Burke can even wash my feet. I know everything and everybody. The man bows, but keeps his right hand up with his pointing finger raised. I will gladly answer all your questions. There is just the matter of my fee. My exclusive guidance is worth 2 tens of copper pieces. Discount price, no more, no less. Adrian frowns and chews something that seems to have materialized in his mouth in a nervous manner. Mere 20 is too much for a planewalker like yourself, boss? Adrian smiles with a kind of charm, with a kind of charm, revealing a highly incomplete set of blackened teeth. Ask me anything. A portal to the Nine Hells. Ain't those in the lower ward, hence its name? Ha, work. Here you don't live by work, but by cunning. Adrian points to the other side of the ditch. The Connies work the other side of the water. Latest, Joseph's boys caught some imp and they're having fun. Of course. Also, a couple of strong bashers have disappeared lately. Ones that likely wouldn't. And of course, there's our new tourist destination, the beach. The only one in Seagull. What else? Ah, there's a bunch of large daemons roaming around. They seem to be looking for some rat folk. The rat folk are nowhere to be seen, so they're just looking for trouble until they surface. Oh, one more thing. The razor vine from the flooded part of the ditch settlements have been spreading inland lately. Some people are very unhappy about it.
Updated my journal.
I was caught by Joseph's boys from Rivergate. They said it had been spying on us, but for whom? That remains unknown. Anyway, the boys will show the little fiend that you shouldn't lurk in our kip. Alright, well, that's all I needed. Rodden. We see a man as old as the hills, sitting on an equally old chest, motionless as a statue. He's froze in a thinker's position, his back hunched and his chin resting on his hand. You could consider him an inanimate work of art, if not for the fact that every few seconds he sighs deeply, mournfully. The man turns towards you, slow as a glacier, his watery eyes fixing on you. When he speaks, his voice seems to come from far away, as if echoing from the bottom of a well. Someone has to. You're not sure if it's your stupidity or the cause, or you're not sure if your stupidity is the cause or the general state of reality. You do not understand. No one understands. The multiverse is constantly being flooded with terrifying waves of sadness and suffering, great enough to drown all the planes, and only I, a lonely dam, defend the world from this flood. For millions do I suffer agonies so that they do not have to suffer. The old man sighs and shakes his head, staring off into space. Special? Nothing at all. Someone just has to do it. The man zones out, no longer paying any attention to you. He freezes in the pose of a statue again, only the rise and fall of his chest indicating that he's still alive. Well, I guess I'll just staple myself to the train tracks. Oh boy. A sea creature. See a young person of indeterminate gender before you. They look confused and frightened. Their pretty face is decorated with tiny amber crystals that create patterned swirls around their piercing ocean blue eyes. Their long hair, green and tangled like seaweed, is woven with shiny stones. Pearls are hanging from their shell-like ears. The entire figure is wrapped in a layer of colorful, flowing robes. For some reason, the being is dripping with water. When you look closer, you notice webbing between their slender fingers. Seeing that you are paying attention to them, the person speaks to you in a strange, gurgling language. With each word, a stream of foam leaks from their mouth and runs down their chin, but they do not seem to care. The person shakes their head sadly. They do not seem to understand you. They try again and speak passionately, more water pouring over their body. Finally, they give up, seeing that you two will not reach an accord. They give you a look of despair, then walk away with uncertain steps, eyes darting around in fear. They leave wet fin marks on the ground behind them. It's like, the characters from Dark Corners of the Earth. Real ones know about Dark Corners of the Earth. That game fucking sucks and rules at the same time. I would never recommend it to anybody unless you like playing like interesting art pieces. It's a very interesting game to play if you like how games are made, but not a very good game to play. The water here is so dirty, you're not sure that you will emerge from a swim unscathed. Everything floats here, literally. Where the fuck did Rudolph come from? Am I blind? I'm like looking over here. He's wandered right up next to me.
Flames shall light the way.
Before you stands a monumental, imposing fiend. One of its arms is massive and muscular, seemingly capable of picking you up and squeezing all your insides onto the ground. The other arm is smaller than you would expect in a creature of this size, but it is crackling with blue magical energy. The fiend appears to be searching for something. The fiend grabs you by your belt, effortlessly lifting you up to its rust-colored face and inspects you. You better not move, it says, casting some spell with its smaller hand. After a moment, the spell is complete and the fiend relaxes a little. It appears to be what it appears to be. What does it want? I have no time to answer any questions. I am searching for thieves, were-rat thieves who annoyed our good friends, Watrixel. This one here is not a were-rat, therefore it is wasting my time. The Yagnaloth throws you to the ground and walks away. Feet! Miyazaki would be proud. See a tired-looking woman dressed in a tight leather bodice and leggings. The odor of cheap perfume surrounds her like a cloud, and her face is covered with a mask of crude makeup. She smiles as she sees you. Why don't you stay and chat with me a bit, love? The woman looks coyly at you. Now you look to be a blood who's lost something. May I help you find it, Cutter? You're lost. When you get tired of losing things and need to find some things, love, come and see me. I lost my balls. I was sitting on them the whole time. Vulgar drunkard. I gotta get more coffee.
Grace, I need a sensory touch.
It'd be nice if these characters actually responded to each other. The one thing I think is insanely interesting is Grace just turned around to look at Mort after Mort talked. She is like facing Mort. I don't know if that was intentional or if like you'd have to play that back, but it's kind of cool if that's actually how that worked. Before you is an old woman whose life surely was not a bed of roses. Motionless, she is sitting on the ground wrapped in dirty rags. Her gray, thinning hair is tangled in a knot like a bird's nest, and her rotten teeth have the coloration of mud. One of her eye sockets remains frighteningly empty. In the other, a cloudy eyeball turns lazily in your direction. At the sight of you, the woman begins to giggle, which sounds disturbingly similar to a rasping cough.
No. You know why living in the ditch is like a plonk? No, Burke, because it reeks of piss.
The woman slaps her gnarled hands on her thighs, laughing, amused by her own joke. She stops paying attention to you. Hee, piss funny, I have go now. Ditch thug.
What do we need the succubus for? She'll turn on us, she will.
The ditch of Seagull in the Sea. Author William James Cuff. Perhaps not everyone is aware of this, but Seagull has its own river. River may be too grand a term, but its water is as extraordinary as the City of Doors itself. The author of this guide invites you on an imaginary rafting trip down the Seagull Ditch. The guide describes the most important locations along the 15-meter wide drain that flows from the Great Forge in the Lower Ward. The most detailed description include Suicide Falls, an almost waterfall where flowers called the Last Kiss Blossom grow. The bridge that spans the worlds. Considered one of the 7 wonders of the multiverse by the sensates, it contains a planar gateway beneath it, the Seafarer's Arch, which leads to many different destinations depending on the key you possess. The wreck of the trade consortium ship from the Phlogiston, and the nearby Knife of the River. A piece of metal said to be the remains of another ship destroyed by the wrath of the Lady of Pain. The Taker's Lock, an artificial branch of the ditch controlled by the fated. The Industrial Stitches, located next to the Great Foundry and controlled by the Godsmen, named for their resemblance to stitches over a nasty wound. They are the main source of pollution in the area, provoking strong protests from the Rosebringers sect. The author also explores additional topics, including portal keys and the key cloak spell, which protects against their accidental use. Portal connections to Ortho, the native plane of Harmonium, the Rock of Brawl in Wild Space, and the Blood Isles of Io. Legends of Cassie, the ditch beast that prowls the murky waters. Well, you get a book, Mort. An object of unknown purpose. Although there is no water in it, something makes you think it is a fountain. Looks like that's a penis.
Right.
I'm gone.
Human wreck, the bum, harlots, or band-aids. I need to pick band-aids up. They heal you for such little. See a middle-aged woman dressed in rags, kneeling motionless in the mud. In one hand, she's holding a rusty dagger. With the other, she scatters chunks of cheese in front of a hole in the wall. She stares at it with the intensity of a cat on the prowl. When you approach, she hisses at you. "Bar that, Burke. You're scaring the rats." "I am embroidering roses on the perfumed handkerchiefs, a noblewoman." The woman rolls her eyes. "Pike off, I'm busy." The woman looks at you suspiciously, but after a moment of hesitation, she throws you the contents of her purse. You give her a few copper coins and receive 5 rat tails.
Updated my journal.
You see a rag-clad figure of a balding man, furiously rummaging through a pile of stinking waste. His skin is covered in a network of hideous scars left by fire, acid, various blades. He is shivering as if from the cold, but the nervous twitching of his left eyelid and the tick with regular what the hell is this? As if from the cold, but the nervous twitching of his left eyelid and the tick with regular scratching of his mangled ear point to a more and his tick of regular scratching and his, I don't know how to word this better, but that's not worded right, to a more health-related cause for his condition. As you approach him, the man looks up at you. His eyes widen in terror. He curls into himself and lets out a whine like a wounded animal. "No, no, no! Die, perish! You won't hurt me again! I won't let you know! No!" The man seems so traumatized that he's not even listening to you. He just stares at you as if you were one of the rulers of the Abyss, the cruelest and most depraved of demons. "No, never again! No more torture!" With surprising speed, he reaches under his robe and pulls out a knife. You brace yourself for an attack, but the blade is not turned towards you. In one swift motion, the man slits his own throat. You can only watch as his body falls to the ground, staining the mud with blood-red scarlet. He convulses for a moment before he finally stills forever. Remember how to do it. Recall how Stale Mary taught you to listen to them. You know how to make corpses talk. The one whose souls have not had time to lose themselves or transform into something else. The spark of life begins to flicker in the man's eyes once again. For a moment, he seems confused, not knowing what is happening, but he quickly becomes aware of your presence. His horrifying scream of fear and despair gradually turns into helpless sobs. The man does not react to your questions. It seems that you will get nothing out of him. Laptop. The man has not known much mercy in his life, but seeing the peaceful face of the now silent corpse, you get the feeling that he can finally truly rest on the other side. 7 copper commons. It was worth it. The sign before you, the sign before you marks the entrance to an inn called Rivergate. Brick Gazer. Let me guess. He's bricked up. You see a man in his 40s dressed surprisingly well for the environment you're in. He wears an elegant robe, a bit threadbare at the elbows, and thick glasses. He exudes an aura of a scholar. He's leaning over a seemingly random fragment of the wall, so close that his nose almost touches the bricks, and is mumbling something to himself. As you come closer, you hear him speaking an incomprehensible sequence of numbers, as if the man was doing complicated calculations. The man flinches, as if you have snapped him out of a trance. Nervously, he pushes his glasses up his nose and turns to you, saying, "Pores?" "Pores," the man repeats, as if it was obvious, gesturing wildly towards the wall. "Microscopic holes, thousands, maybe more, in each brick. Think of it. If you could shrink yourself into half the size of a grain of sand, each hole could potentially be a portal to the wildest reaches of the multiverse. Each one of those bricks would be more valuable than all of Seagull." His eyes gleam with a maniacal passion that would put most insane Tenari to shame. The man nods, partially in thanks, but mostly just to shoo you away. He turns back to the wall and continues his research. You hear increasingly absurd numbers. The man does not pay you any attention. Alright, so we can go the residential area, dead end, or the Rivergate Tavern. Well, let's go into the tavern. Angry Hive Dweller.
All right.
A lot of people in here. A lot of people in here. Who should we talk to first? Probably Brill. Behind the counter of the Rivergate Tavern stands a tall, broad, toad-like humanoid. His skin is wet, deep swamp green, covered with many colorful warts. He is busy wiping a bronze beer mug with a greasy rag. He does not seem to be paying you any attention. There is a dirty wooden plaque on the bar.
"I urge you not to interact with this one. The Sladdy do not know themselves and only bring destruction to the multiverse."
The plaque says, "Ask Brill for one of the following," and lists a whole variety of drinks that each seem to cost 10 copper pieces. He does not answer. Instead, he bumps his elbow against the wooden plaque on the counter. Brill smiles, revealing an uneven row of wide, triangular, but seemingly sharp teeth.
"Proud to be."
Brill the Slad looks at you with his wide eyes. "What do you want?" "What do you want to know?" Brill the Slad looks at you with his wide eyes. "What do you want?" Alright, well. A harmonium guard is leaning against the tavern counter. He is swaying left to right, muttering something to himself, and is engaged with a large mug of something likely alcoholic. He pays no attention to you. Startled by the formality of the expression, the guard straightens up violently, throwing a nearby chair onto the dirty floor of the tavern, and salutes. "Sergeant Adonis, reporting for duty." Yeah. Adonis visibly relaxes and leans back. "Pike you and your questions." "Important my asshole. Pike off, citizen, and do not disturb me again." Adonis burps violently, to which half the establishment echoes a cheer. "What do you care? Leave me alone, Burke." The man gets very silent, and you can hear a faint growl, as if a tiny bear was hiding underneath all those red steel plates. You have exactly 5 seconds to leave here, or I will have to use force. Last warning, Burke. Akershus. Akershus? At the center of the tavern, a purple-haired dandy is standing next to a couch that almost matches his hair color. He's looking around the place and gently tapping the strings of a curious instrument that seems to be a hybrid between a lute and a harp. His ornate clothes of puffed sleeves and a gaudy hat is adorned with 3 feathers.
Hello! Oh, lovely tattoos. A bit grim and hieroglyphic for my taste, but the craft is admirable.
No doubt some of it is Fell's work, but a lot is from around the plains, certainly. Anyhow, mayhap you find yourself in need of a little ditty? A little ditty? My answers are usually metaphorical and of the soul rather than actionable advice, but go ahead. The bard rolls up the puffy sleeve on his left arm and reveals a complex tattoo of Razorvine. Upon closer inspection, there is a clever depiction of a scene, hidden within the shadows and shapes between each vine. It depicts buildings attacked by vicious plants and Razorvine-like bulbous monsters. There are people lifted up in the air by rogue vines and cracks in the ground beneath it all. This is a recreation of a painting by a local artist, Caven something. He himself is nothing but a hack, but a very talented bladeling woman from Rigus did this on my arm, and I couldn't be prouder. He smiles widely. Widely, not wildly. I have some other pieces, but I cannot really show them in a public place. With your mind's eye, you see a suggestion of a memory, an image of a concentric austere walls from the air, a landing platform on which your machine settles. Troops of similar-looking warriors marching in neat rows. No, not warriors, soldiers. There's an important distinction. Everyone here has a rank. She has a rank, too. She is beautiful, shiny, clean. Her metallic skin is decorated with symmetrical patterns designed to instill fear in those who see them. She usually doesn't like strangers in the city, but you are different. She orders you to lie down. You remember the prick and pain, but the result is perfect. Get 2 tattoos. One of myself, but 1 inch to the right, and one of myself, but 1 inch to the left. So when you look at me, I just look like a blurry version of myself, and then I'll become like a boxer, because you won't be able to tell where I really am. It is now later, much later. In the mirror, you try to inspect the souvenir from the metal woman from Rigus. Unfortunately, the skin that you spot is burned. You no longer remember what the pattern looked like. You only remember its perfection. Akershus is looking at you. He seems confused. You really got quiet there, Cutter. You all right? I had thought it obvious. It's a catastrophic collapse of half the ditch-side settlement. A rather violent spout of Razorvine shattered the ground and caused a whole block of buildings to slide into the murky depths. Even the Deboost don't want to touch that miserable mess, so all the debris is still there in the water. A monument to the powers of nature.
I am Akershus, composer and performer extraordinaire, known across the entire cage and the Outlands.
Potential companion that's a bard or something. I thought we found a bard weapon earlier, but like I think we can only become a... No, what am I thinking? I've found a bard weapon in Neverwinter Nights is what I found. Not in this. I've just come back from a tour around the gate towns and I'm preparing to compose a new masterpiece. I never heard of you. While the stark coldness does seem poetic in theory, I would rather avoid I would rather avoid frigid hells in my biography. No, I've never been. Oh, I'm doing research for my new epic about the terrifying gangs of the Hive. There's so much to learn from the criminal element. I am having the most brilliant of times. Oh, hells no. The people of the illegal crafts hate the lawbringers most of all, and other gangmen as well, as they are their competition. But they do love artists. Artists create legends. We legitimize their picturesque lives. I have nothing to fear from such lovely gentlemen. Alright. Well, here's Prod. We're probably gonna have to fight some people here.
Look, Cutters, we got a visitor.
Before you is a large, bulky man whose shaved scalp is covered in impressive tattoos. His leather attire is adorned with a plethora of studs and spikes. He watches you warily as you approach.
Feels like I've been strained through someone's bowels.
They just dumped us in the water.
Done.
Hey, alright. We're coming back. What the hell was that for, buddy?
Done.
Look, Cutters, this one ain't too quick to fold.
Done.
I do like the idea that we can walk through the water.
Done.
Alright, well, that's not gonna work.
Done.
We may have to talk to some people now to figure out how to get past a little bit of that. I don't know how Mort is taking the most damage. He shouldn't take any damage from the water because it's like poison damage. He's undead. But alright. You should be completely immune to that type of damage. Naked Dandy. Alright, what's up, buddy? In an alley between buildings, you see a frail but well-groomed young man with a fashionable haircut. Although it's not easy to spot him in the shadows, he's hiding behind a pile of junk. For some reason, he is missing a shirt, and perhaps other garments as well. His expression is gloomy. Excuse me, he says haltingly. Have you seen a girl with long black hair around here? She's wearing a red dress. Your answer clearly worries the young man. He hesitates for a moment before he finally decides to talk. He blushes to the tips of his ears. Because she took my clothes. After that, they got dirty. They got dirty, so she said she'd launder them, and now I'm waiting for her to come back. It's taking her a while, though.
Updated my journal.
Oh, could you? Please, stranger. I think this is all a misunderstanding. I can't go anywhere like this. This is like the guy in Morrowind whose pants got stolen, you know? And he's like, go find my pants. And you go find the guy with the pants. He's like, fuck, I'm not going to give him his pants back. A girl in her void. You see a young woman in dirty, torn clothes, typical of the area. Her face is covered in nasty lichens and marred with traces of past illnesses, but she does not seem to care at all. She grins, slowly moving her hand in the air next to her hip. As you approach, she turns to you cheerfully. He's beautiful, isn't he? The girl becomes comically offended. What do you mean by who? Bobby! She waves her hand again, a gesture that you can now identify as an attempt to pet an empty space. She chirps at the nothingness in a sweet voice, as if addressing a small child. Who's a good dog? Who? The girl shrugs. I don't know. I always really wanted a companion, and he just showed up here one day. I think fate brought us together on purpose. The planes wanted us to meet. The girl purses her lips and gives you a reproachful look. If glares could kill, you might not be dead, but you'd definitely be in danger of indigestion. Oh, so you're one of them. Those sad, blind people? Fine, we have nothing to talk about then. Go away. The girl stops paying attention to you, busy with her dream dog. You turn to leave when you hear an animal panting heavily behind you. You glance over your shoulder, but nothing has changed. The girl continues to stroke the air. Your ears must have played a trick on you. Mort gives you a reproachful look. Hey, Chief, you could pet me sometime and ask me who's a good skull. Why would anyone other than the collectors want to touch you, Skull?
Interesting you should bring that up, because just the other day I was asking them how much they pay for you.
Mort huffs. I got a feeling too, you know. I got feelings too, you know. Goddamn. If you're a good boy, we'll see what we can do.
Oh, the gods are merciful.
What a fucking line. I've never heard that line from Mort before. That's great. Oh, the gods are merciful. Iggy Pop was right. Oh my god. That's good. That's good. That's a lot of commons to find in a bag. You see a somber, pale-faced dust woman in black robe. She's staring into the distance, greeting. She turns, have some questions. Never mind, she doesn't want to say anything. Atop the steep wall, you can see Sigel's mainland. No wonder you had to arrive here by raft. These ruins of a once majestic stairway. A bright light shines from behind these bars, but there is no visible source. The hallway, like an alleyway, ends at a dead end. Whoa, I gotta make a sandwich or something. Get some water.
All right.
Looking for a lady in a red dress. Is that this lady here? All that I've seen. See a tired-looking woman dressed in a tight leather bodice and leggings. No. Passing by. It's gonna be a named character, probably. I doubt it's gonna be one of these. Yeah. Can I even read that? Concert. Let's say concert at the bottom. Bow, 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 bow.
All right.
All right.
Out with you before I throw you out. Teak. As you climb the stairs leading towards what appears to be the main part of the ditch settlement, you hear a loud clattering of hooves approaching from just beyond your field of vision. Moments later, a large, muscular warrior, clad in leathers, appears at the top of the staircase, seemingly chased by two men in darker, spiked armor.
You shall treat an emissary of the fated like this? The Factor will hear of this.
How about you gallop back to Ysgard, to your idyllic rich man's paradise, and stop meddling with our people, huh?
I could crush you, pitiful sinkers, where you stand, as Modi is my witness.
You want to try it, Burke? You're alone, and we got bloods all around this district. Draw your weapons, see what happens.
The so-called actor has to pay for his insolence. You cannot protect him forever.
Herr Dallas did nothing wrong, and your pompous troublemaking factoid knows damn well that he didn't. You lot are too stupid to see what a rotten Burke your duke is. The barrier, upon hearing this, puts his hand on the hilt of his blade. Both the other men immediately do the same. A long pause follows where nobody dares to make a move. Eventually, the four-legged one takes his muscular arm off the hilt. Dark would save this city yet, and hopefully expel the likes of you, Doomguard scum. Yeah, run to your daddy. Run to your daddy Rowan or daddy Ulfbrand. Cry about how the mean Doomguard chased you away.
Updated my journal.
He's probably just gonna run out. I'll have to talk to him later. The motionless man. You see a man in elegant, if rather old-fashioned clothing. His long gray hair is blowing in the wind, and his watery eyes are staring off into the distance. His mouth is half closed, as if he was going to say something, but in the end, he hesitated and changed his mind. However, he holds his index finger raised like a professor, ready to resume his suspended lecture at any moment. When you approach, he shows no sign of acknowledgement. He does not even move. Your words elicit no reaction. The man does not move. You look at him more closely. You realize he does not blink or breathe. Carefully, you touch his arm. It is as cold and as hard as as marble. You are not sure if you're dealing with a disturbingly realistic sculpture or an unlucky victim of some curse. Maybe it's best not to inquire. It's Echo Secunda. It's hard for you to describe the person in front of you. You think it's a woman, but you cannot be sure. There's something translucent about her, as if her facial features and figure were not fully drawn by the brush of creation. You cannot name a single characteristic of her, or describe her attire, or even attempt to guess at what race she might belong to. The being looks at you calmly, as if waiting for something. Hello, who are you? The woman answers you in a melodic voice. She is rocking slightly back and forth as if moved by invisible ocean waves. She continues to stare at you. Her face shows no emotion. I ask first, who are you? The woman repeats your words, but she does not react in any other way. She does not seem to be trying to spite you. She looks at you dispassionately. Well, at this rate, we're not going to have a conversation, are we? For the first time, you see emotion showing on the woman's face. You recognize her sadness, but it quickly dissolves into the nothingness of the voice. I'm sorry, maybe someday it will work out. Goodbye. This area is a little laggy in conversation. Probably just because it's a massive fucking zone. Alviro is over here. There's a stoner over here. What the hell? What are you guys doing in this corner? See a heavy-set looking man. He has a stone-faced expression. The man looks at you for a moment, grunts, and raises a hand, revealing a wicked dagger. He smiles evilly and begins twirling it in a menacing arc.
Die.
Oh, he's dead now. The library! Ah. The ditch apartment. A flower merchant. Governor Gurgosh. God, there's so much shit around here. Pain, pain, go away. Come again another day. In the vicinity of the medical tent, a man is circling around the back, looking into the murky depths of the open water down the cliff. He is dressed in loose, dark clothing, and has a face with sharp masculine features. From time to time, he extends his hand towards the water, as if measuring something. As you come closer, he notices you, and after a moment of being startled, he composes himself and says,
"Oh, good day to you. I did not see you coming. Do you have business with me?"
The man feels a bit disturbed by the way you phrased this. I'm Gurgosh, a member of the Fraternity of the Order of Governors, if you prefer. Ask away. Oh, quite a few by the Seafarer's Arch, but that is some distance away from here. Huh? He wonders for a moment. I don't think so. A permanent connection to a cold inner or outer plane would likely cool the water over time, and it has always been pretty lukewarm. Oh, then the influence would be much weaker. Anyway, I do not think a hopping portal would appear next to the arch. From what I've heard, hopping portals don't like to hop near permanent portals. Oh, fuck. I wanted to ask why he's staring at the water. I don't know why the conversation's a little laggy here. I assume it's just because the world is large. This is like one of the largest map sections we've seen. Ah, I'm searching for evidence of the existence of Cassie, the ditch beast. Nessie. He pauses and steps closer to the edge of the cliff. Oh, bother. Oh, bother. That nonsense again. The rumors about her have been circulating for decades, and there are as many people who claim to have seen her as there are who claim Cassie cannot be real. The Fraternity of Order just cannot have that, can we? Cassie must be massive, so she should be easily spotted as the banks of the... Cassie must be massive, so she should be easily spotted as the banks of this water reservoir are full of people. Yet she only ever seems to present herself in the dead of Ante-Peak, in the most remote locations, or presumably leaves no witnesses behind, which is frustrating. How can we catalog and taxonomize such an elusive beast? Gurgosh looks with a certain dose of fear as Anna steps up to speak her mind. Balls! A bunch of balls the beast talk is all. A bunch of balls the beast talk all is. You get off your high donkeys once every pike and century, descend from your schools and whatnot, and come explain to us here and now. Come to explain to us here how things work. I live by this history my entire childhood, day or night. And I know the beast is a tall tale, so it is. But it's my life's work. Oh, you better get a better life, Burke. She spins on her heel, letting her tail snap loudly in the air, right near his face, and retreats. Gurgosh almost falls, startled. Gurgosh looks at the thick waters. It's dark out, so I should really be focusing on catching her swim by, instead of talking to you. I do not see well in the dark, and so it's hard enough as it is. Alright, we'll see you later, dude. Yeah, this is a really large map section. That's not the largest. I don't know why conversations seem to be lagging right now. I might be able to save and reload. A young man, about 16 years of age, stands in line. He is dressed in mostly clean but worn out clothes. He looks quite miserable, with snot running down from his nose and tears covering his cheeks. In front of his chest, he's clutching a bloodied hand, which partially explains his state. When you approach, he sniffs and looks at you with large, sad eyes, like a hurt puppy. His voice trembles enough to make him barely understandable. I'm Damien. I work as a messenger. Why are you here, Damien? I fell down some stairs. The boy raises his arm slightly, grimacing with pain. You see a little white bone fragment sticking out through torn skin. The boy does not seem convinced, but the pain must be severe enough that he decides to take his risk. He allows you closer so you can inspect his arm, which he takes very well. Seems that you just use your muscle to shove the bone back where it belongs, everything will be fine. You never reach 3. With a deft movement, you rotate the bone and put it back into place. The boy, paralyzed with pain, does not even scream. He merely tenses up. looking as if he's about to faint. Eventually he breathes out, "Thank you. I feel a lot better." I didn't even get XP for that? I cannot save at this time. Oh, because he was walking away, I see. What's up, Stoner? Yeah, the game, it's lagging even harder and harder now. I gotta save and reload. You see a disheveled man shifting nervously from foot to foot as he waits for his turn to see the angel. His hands are shaking, and he coughs every few moments. His skin is covered in pimples and bruises. His clothes are old, worn out, and smell awful. Oh, God. Hold on. I'm gonna have to save and reload. I see a bug that's happening right now. Oh no. I may have to just close and relaunch the game. Okay. Load game. Load. This quick save. 31:20:48, I think, is where we're at. Yeah, there we go. Now it's working fine. Sir, spare some jang. It would have to be, or maybe have any stones? Stones! His eyes glaze over as he's suddenly somewhere else. It seems he's lost touch. Fuck, I threw away the stone earlier. Yes, check, check. He bares his rotten teeth. Too big, even for me. He keeps repeating, I can't get the power out of a stone that big. Keep it. Man catches the gem in one hand and stares, mouth agape, at the beautiful refraction of light passing through it, then puts it in said mouth and swallows it whole. A moment later, he clutches his stomach, and after a split second, in a blinding flash of yellow light, he vanishes. You wonder if it was worth losing a powerful magic item for what you just witnessed? Well, I can't use the portal stone anyway.
The flames grow within me. Ignis hears you.
Nice. You can learn another Seeking Flame. You can learn another... I'll learn Swarm Curse, I guess. Fiery Rain was awesome. Can't learn any more Black Sphere. Can't learn any fire. We don't have any 6th level spells for you to learn yet. Which is a little unfortunate.
I'm gone.
A man stands in the queue, gingerly clutching his left arm, as if seeking reassurance. His skin is purple and his face is tired, swollen, and marked with many wrinkles. A short, cracked horn awkwardly protrudes from the left side of his forehead. As you approach, a fire of hope is rekindled in his eyes. Do we know each other? The stranger is visibly saddened, and the fire in his unusual eyes goes out. I was hoping you'd recognize me. Strange thing, but basically, I don't remember anything. I don't know who I am or how I got here. I'm hoping that the Deva can help me regain my memory, but meeting someone familiar would also be helpful. I know that I'm in Seagull. I know I'm a tiefling, and that's basically it. I woke up by the ditch with no clue as to who I am. You eye the man from head to toe, looking for clues, but he has nothing on him except the robes on his back. A worn-out patch catches your eye. Your legs are frighteningly tired, but you're filled with an equally powerful sense of accomplishment. The view stretching before your eyes of a forest of giant trees stretching into infinity under the umbrella of its ash lake of the mighty oak tree compensates for any bodily inconvenience. Nearby, joyful voices resound. It is your companions with whom you left Thrasios many days earlier. In your hand, you hold a bottle of excellent wine. This is what you're climbing for. For what? Somewhere at the top of the temple of Dionysus, somewhere in its cellars, you should find the most delicious and potent wine in all of the plains, so that this ridiculous expedition will last forever. Away from the blood, away from the ichor, away from the fiends. Here on the slopes of Olympus, all that matters is perdition. Someone is approaching. Of course, this is Dionysus. It is one of your companions. You don't remember his name. Perhaps you never even knew it. With a shaky step, he reaches the cliff over which you are standing and puts a heavy hand on your shoulder. On the sleeve of his red shirt is a symbol of hedonism, of perdition, the symbol of the children of the vine. Your companion says something to you in an unintelligible language, periodically breaking into laughter. The laughter, at least, needs no translation. You feel good. The tiefling hears the words you say, and something inside him awakens. What kind of quote is that? The name of the faction transforms the expression of the face of the tiefling. Saying nothing, he straightens up as if regaining his confidence, and a sassy smile slowly forms on his face. Yes, of course. I still don't know my name or how I got here, but I know why I'm here. My companions must be somewhere around here. Thank you, stranger. The Deva proved to be unnecessary. Hee hee. When this Deva's not actually a Deva. Alright, we'll do this guy. We'll talk to the Deva, and then I'm going to go make a sandwich. You see an elderly man waiting patiently in line to meet the Celestial. His posture betrays his weakness, and he is holding his left side. His face is scarred with a grimace of pain. He's bobbing up and down on that dick slightly. He sees you approaching.
You ain't cutting in line, leech.
The man looks annoyed and gestures nervously in the general direction of the other petitioners, waiting their turn.
The healer angel, cutter.
The man's grimace of pain grows ever more prominent. He sighs.
What do you want? No, I don't live here.
The man laughs through the pain.
Torch, I'm here on business selling sulfur. Torch is a large, beautiful gate town that never sleeps, built on the slopes of many volcanic spires and towering over swampy slums. It is a sight to behold.
The elderly man manages to squeeze out a wicked smile, through his expression of anguish.
Sounds like it.
Sounds like it. I have other questions. What's wrong with you? The man straightens a little and releases his left side from the grip.
Nothing, Burke. Well, soon to be nothing. The water where I come from is not so drinkable.
The man's posture immediately changes, as if a great pain was lifted.
It's gone! Gone! All gone! Thanks, lady. I appreciate it. I really do.
It would be wise for you to move from where you live. The water there is killing you.
I think I'll go home for now, but I'll think about it.
Alright. Look at that, Deva. You did fucking nothing. I did all your work for you. Although you have to force your way through the throng of onlookers and paupers, the sight that meets your eyes was worth the effort. Now you understand why this crowd is assembled without riots or violence. The purity of this beautiful male figure contrasts starkly with the poverty of the ditch, and his feathered wings clearly indicate his celestial identity. As you gaze awestruck at his angelic body, he is busily moving about the hospital. With fewer patients to look after, he pauses briefly to look at you.
Updated my journal.
The Celestial focuses his attention on you, and suddenly the entire surroundings seem brighter and cleaner. He responds in a gentle but firm voice. I was sent on a mission, but my nature prevents me from idly watching all the misery and suffering that surround me. I welcome you, mortal. Welcome. I am Alviro, the Mercuria. Alviro of Mercuria, at your service. May I know your name? Your answer momentarily confuses the angel. Amnesia? That is quite a problem. Unfortunately, I do not know any quick remedies for a sick mind. A sick mind, bro. The angel looks at you closely, analyzing your scars, as if concerned about your appearance. Can I help you in any other way? He does sell items, alright. Dustman's Embalming Charm Greater. Invokes Embalming Greater 3 charges. Only usable on the Nameless One and Mort. I can receive a jelly bean, consuming it. Distributes its healing power throughout the body. It's pretty nice. Could buy a bunch of those to heal myself with. Nope. Keep talking to him. Keep talking to him. I'm a Deva, a minor representative of the Asimon family, also known as angels. I came from Mount Celestia to spread order and peace everywhere I go, as you can see here. As many others do, although I can see you are not seriously injured. Please sit down. I will take care of you in a moment. When your time finally comes, the presence of the angel puts you at ease. He skillfully, dispassionately dresses each wound, giving you the impression that such deeds are normal, everyday occurrences to him. It does not take long, all your wounds are healed. The angel falls silent and looks deep into your eyes. We feel that Alviro is judging you, but not on terms of power. He's assessing your character. I'm sorry, I cannot tell you. You are far too unpredictable. I'm not lawful good. That's the problem, is I'm fucking neutral good. I need to be lawful, and then he'll do stuff for me. I heal wounds and diseases. I clean to rid the world of filth. I do all the little things that I can help, little things that can help the poor and unfortunate, even if only a little. Alright, well, I have to become lawful. Let me go make a sandwich. I'm gonna get up. And then... I should probably just leave it like this because I want it to become daytime. And it's slowly becoming daytime, but I'm like, I don't want to walk around at night anymore. Oh. Gotta stretch my asses asleep. Ooh, this has been cool so far. This has been cool so far. The beginning was a little rockier than it is right now, but... plus I don't really know what we're getting about. But, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I will be back in a few moments with some water and a sandwich. Oh, oh, oh. My water bottle is back here.
This is probably the worst place we can be in Sigil at the worst time.
You ever get the feeling you're being watched? You are.
This is probably the worst place we can be in Sigil at the worst time.
You ever get the feeling you're being watched? You are. Stop staring at my tail, you skull!
Alright. Ho, ho, ho. Done. Huh.
So, Grace.
Oh, shit.
Have any sisters?
What the heck? How did this happen the moment I came back to sit down?
Thousands.
Ah, give me a moment to be delirious with joy.
You're telling me if I just chill here for long enough, my characters will start talking to each other? That's the only downside of Ignis, is he doesn't say shit. A kitten merchant. Discord kitten merchant. Come get your roses, sprayed with fresh raindrops. Only here, best flowers in the anthill. A dark, motionless silhouette blends into the murky waters below. You'd mistake her as a sensate sculpture if not for her long black hair. If not for the way her long black hair moves with the breeze, she's leaning precariously over the edge, intensely observing something below. The woman turns gracefully, unfazed by her proximity to a deadly drop. Her pale face contrasts starkly against the darkness of her attire and hair. She is slim of build, and her dagger-like cheekbones nearly pierce through her skin. You instantly notice a tattoo on her neck, a humanoid hand with a monstrous mouth. A symbol of a skull of some many-horned animal is prominently featured on her robes. She furrows her eyebrows slightly as you approach. Greetings. Indeed. Can I help you? She looks you up and down.
Updated my journal.
I don't really have time, but if you must, ask away. Oh, this? She gestures at her clothes. I joined the Doom Guard when my old group of friends disbanded. Their philosophy best aligned with mine when I arrived in the city. Philosophy? Fine. Let's have a meaty academic discussion over a heap of garbage. He does some great work, and he knows all about entropy. I personally only visit him when I need to buy a weapon, as the area isn't particularly beautiful. I much prefer spending time by the water, you see. They seem to understand where the multiverse is heading, and they see the beauty of that. They got it right without overcomplicating things. Perhaps, but such cosmic philosophy should not be so tightly intertwined with our personal lives. It is a recipe for madness. My worldview aligns with the worship of entropy, but my heart belongs elsewhere, so no. My tattoo? You have many more than I do. They seem a lot more interesting. Oh, the mention of Regus seems to pique her interests. You describe your vague memory of arrival in Regus, its raw geometrical structures, the ever-present influence of hierarchy, and perfectionism. And then the perfection of the tattoo. You show her where it once was on your back, now just a large burned scar. She examines the spot with fascination. I heard about her, the Regus Bladeling. She died many years ago. I ended up in the plains, but people in my circle still talk about her to this day. She was from Archeron. And yet she hated Betezu, Archons, and other ultra-law-abiding snobs. She snares off into the water, sighing. I heard she was a cartographer. That she tried to map the Outlands. But the Outlands are constantly changing. And after years of trial and error, she settled in Regus. She had experienced mapping impossible places, so she began creating impossible tattoos. I wish I'd known her. She looks back at you and smiles softly. Even if you don't recall it, I envy the experience. She smiles and blushes slightly, which has a striking effect on her pale complexion. Funny that you should use that particular comparison. Both a single rose and that hand are a symbol of my god. I got that tattoo years ago back in Yulash from a fellow believer. That was before my dear patron deity was assaulted back in their home plane and our people so persecuted that I had to flee. Eventually, I left the whole material plane and found my way here. Her expression grows stern. I'd rather not say. I found it's better not to. They're not the most popular power. It's clear that nobody has ever expressed that kind of concern for her, and hearing such a statement causes a mild shock. Her stern and cold mask of irony slips for a moment, and you see a sensitive lost soul. She quickly regains her composure. Indeed, it was awful. Maybe in the future we can discuss this further.
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal.
You approach a hard-working half-orc hammering away on a misshapen anvil. As he sees you coming, he puts his hammer away.
All right there, you seem to be fresh in tune.
He spits into his bucket.
My name is Adam. I'm the local blacksmith.
Bolts, siphoning knuckles, which is exactly what we have. which kind of suck at this point. The Widowmaker. Tampered with the lethal venom of the dreaded hook spider. The magical properties of this blade, known simply as Widowmaker, are much sought after by practicing assassins throughout the plains. The poison that has been magically and permanently infused into the dagger immediately infects those cut by it. Additionally, the wielder of Widowmaker immediately develops an improved resistance to poison simply from holding the blade. The Phantom Dagger. Club of Piercing, Enchanted Battle Axe, the Brimstone Hammer, Gauntlets of Rending, 2 to 7 slashing. These leather gloves give the user the ability to use his hands like claws. When the wearer attacks a foe with his hands, long black talons lance forth from the fingers of the gauntlets and allow the user to rake an opponent for additional slashing damage. When the wearer is not attacking, the talons recede back into the gauntlets, although they seem to do so reluctantly. It's fucking Wolverine claws, bro. And spiked gauntlets. None of these are good. I mean, this is 9,000, but I don't really care too much. You have a quest?
Yep, bro holds the keys in his pocket. Negatives. Fickle business. Better to him about it. Burks are disappearing around here. Usually we fend them up in the ditch, though, with a dagger in their back.
Adam looks around nervously.
But the recent ones, they just vanish in a puff of fish scent.
The half-orc looks to his right, then back at you.
No, really.
He unwillingly leans over his anvil to get closer to you and lowers his voice to a whisper. This is why we have so much charisma. I can just kind of like charisma check my way past all this.
It started with the fish people moving into the neighborhood. You can think God makers. Aye, the fish people, dunno what they're called, but they didn't want them anywhere near me, you can. Each clocked it say many times already. Besides, in tune, the sky could fall on our head at any moment.
Updated my journal. Updated my journal.
As a matter of fact, I'm keen for someone to batter this coney catcher. It keeps nicking my grub. But the hardheads ain't nothing with it. I would pay good jank.
Updated my journal.
You're villain him by the statue of Athena, the big un towards the vertical sea.
Alright. Okay. I always take a bite and then need to instantly read again. This merchant's sale pitch is not as refined as the others. He does not shout as often, and his repertoire is more concise. He waits for a moment when everyone is quiet, and then roars in a deep voice.
Strings! Strings!
You see a middle-aged woman with sharp features and brown hair tied in a tight bun. She's wearing a purple robe, embroidered with elaborate symbols that indicate membership in some mystical society. The woman is sitting in the mud with her legs crossed. Her eyes are closed, and she has a peaceful expression on her face. Despite the fact that a leaking pipe is dripping filth onto her head, she does not seem to notice your presence. The woman opens one eye and glances at you with hostility. How am I supposed to achieve enlightenment when I'm constantly being bothered by some uneducated Burks? Pike off. The woman glares at you and opens her mouth as if to say something, but quickly closes it. She reminds you of a fish out of water, desperately trying to catch its breath. You both remain in deep silence for a moment. You can almost see the thoughts in her head spinning chaotically. Finally, the woman makes a decision. She snorts in your direction with superiority and closes her eyes. Apparently, she decided that ignoring you is another step towards enlightenment.
I feel stronger.
Oh, let's go. Oh, 25 is the cap. Well, that's interesting. That means I actually don't need... This gives +2 to wisdom, 1 charisma, and 1 luck. Hold on, I'm actually... Day 31, 21, right? Day 31... We have day 31, 22, 31.
I'm gone. I feel stronger.
Knowing that those others are the cap, I might as well put a couple more points in charisma. With 1 more point and that'll be maxed. The seamstress. Warm woolen mittens, raindrops on roses, and whiskers on kittens. Textiles and materials, hats, get your clothes here. Well, I need some clothes. Bright copper kettles. That's so fucking stupid. And other utensils. Best quality around. I like that. String. Tied up with string. Raindrops on roses. That's what she was saying over here. Raindrops on roses. Bright copper kettles. Warm woolen mittens. Old Jill, old Jack. A beautiful dancer. In front of you, you see a young woman in a syphilike floral dress. She dances barefoot to the rhythm of the clapping crowd of delighted spectators surrounding her. The girl smiles and tosses her red braid provocatively, placing her hands on her shapely hips. She resembles a nymph or a dryad cavorting carelessly in a meadow, a beautiful diamond hidden in the dirty depths of the ditch. Nice alliteration. In front of you sits a cackling old man. His frail body seems all but consumed by the loose rags he's wearing. He has to be aware that his laughter is grating on the nerves of the nearby woman, because he is clearly doing it on purpose. Once you approach him, he gives you a conspiratorial smile and whispers as if you were his partner in crime. She does not know, ha! She does not know, ha ha ha! The man leans even closer to you. Ha ha! She does not know that I went home and fixed it. Once the woman turns Once the woman turns the other way, he dips his head, proudly displaying his skull to you. The back of the cranium has been plastered all over with uneven sheets of torn brown paper. Somehow they smell strongly of vinegar. Why would I? She didn't trot home like I did. He laughs, swaying to and fro. So hard is the sway, in fact, that the vinegar-soaked papier-mâché construction detaches from his skull and lands right in the puddle. Seeing that, the man wheezes and guffaws like a madman. It's broken again! My crown! Ha ha ha! I guess I have to fetch a pail of water again. In front of you stands an elderly woman in rags. Her face is twisted in a scowl. Her eyebrows furrowed. She rubs her rear furiously, as if the area is sore. An abandoned, overthrown basket lies on the ground near her, soaking in a puddle of water. The woman keeps glowering at the laughing old man nearby. All right? Ha! Nothing's all right. She spits in the puddle and winces in pain. We went uphill to fetch a pail of water, and that idiot, she snarls at the man, who only laughs louder, that lousy idiot not only tumbled down, taking me with him, mind you, but he also broke his crown. His bloody crown. Can you imagine? The woman is so angry her whole body radiates with heat and fury as if she were a fiend. Yes, what a sad sack of useless bones. She erupts in a fit of loud ranting, barely making a pause to catch her breath. After a minute, you tune her out. After another minute, you deftly slip away. She does not seem to have noticed. The old woman pipes down and listens curiously. Interesting question, in fact. There was a memory of a crown mender in the sensorium. I do not remember exactly where, but maybe Splinter could let this nice lady inside and show her the way to the right sensory stone. I'm sure it would help her learn the correct technique. Oh, I'll head there right away, young man. Thank you for your help. Because that memory in the sensorium is mine, and I specifically blocked it from my wife. She'll never know how to fix that crown. The old man rubs his hands and rejoices like a child over the little power he has. You have to wait till these guys walk off screen before it'll let me quick save. Styx Oarsman. Sign before you marks the entrance of an inn called the Styx Oarsman.
Oh, I grew up here. Not a pleasant childhood, mind you.
Are these like cut dialogue lines that they re-implemented? I haven't heard like any of these.
Done.
Or did they go hire the original voice actors to do this stuff? It sounds like cut dialogue because of the quality of the lines.
Hey, we're being watched, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
This fiend is tall and frighteningly thin, with skin looking as if coated in tar, rich in cuts and scars. He crouches next to the entrance and peers warily at any newcomers. The Garoleth has nothing to say.
Talk to Zagons and order something so I don't have to ask you to leave, mate.
Howls, shrieks, and curses are not uncommon in any establishment serving alcohol, but their unusually high intensity draws your attention. You glance towards the corner of the room, where two fiends stand facing each other next to an overturned table. One resembles a two-legged dog with red eyes, and an additional pair of pincers sprouting from the sides of its furry body. You classify as a Glabrezu, one of the Tenari. The other is dragon-like. Is a dragon-like humanoid creature with green scales. You recognize it as an Abishai, one of the Betezu. Both fiends snarl at each other and hurl insults like stones from a sling, clearly trying to pierce the other's tough hide. A demon and a devil in their orbit is not a demon and a devil in their orbit. It is not hard to guess what the reason for their quarrel might have been. Another fiend, tall and frighteningly thin, with skin as if coated in tar, observes the entire scene with stoicism. He leans nonchalantly against a chair overlooking the door, like a bouncer, but does not intervene. The fiends pay you no attention. The bouncer slowly turns to you.
Far from it. They're just fighting over the cranium rat races. They always do that. It'll be quiet again soon.
You vile, mangy, filthy, spit-covered lying mongrel! The Abishi roars. You dirty filth of demon spawn, you chaotic pile of rotten, brainless flesh! Glabrezu returns the favor.
Ye silent lizard with dung scales, you stupid broken stick in the mud, you stinking vomit of the 9 hells, too stupid to even count them.
Calm down! Calm down! How am I supposed to be calm when that idiot from the abyss is a cheating bald-faced? The Gablezu barks in protest.
But as if it is my fault that this narrow-minded idiot cannot understand the rules of the cranium rat race.
Why, slander! I can understand the rules very well. But if you want to cheat, you gotta exploit the inconsistencies of the existing rules, not invent your own. And I also say with absolute certainty that pushing your rat with a stick is strictly forbidden. Instead of cheating in a fair way, for example, by stretching the definition of cranium rat to include a mutant mole rat, you brazenly prod your rat with a stick. You should have just thrown it across the finish line.
If someone can't use creativity to win, they're a complete loser, a gullible sod, and a coney.
Oh, you flea-bitten mutt! The tension in the air between them is so intense that lightning bolts could soon begin to jolt through the air. Any moment now, and they will come to blows. In praise of law! The Gablezu roars with fury and jumps at the other fiend. Well, I guess they'll just beat each other's ass for a little bit. Who's gonna win and who's gonna lose? I don't see any damage numbers, just critically hitting.
Just burn people.
Don't burn people! Ignis's people! I said what I said because I want to become lawful. I just want to know, I wish I could see how many points I am towards becoming lawful or not. I never joined a faction, which is interesting. Elva sign. You come across a creature like no other you've seen in recent memory. It's surely a fiend, and you would easily reach that conclusion even if the meeting was not taking place in the Styx Oarsman. The fiend is a bulky, segmented body covered in chitinous armor, similar to a beetle. Its head resembles that of a fly with large compound eyes, antennae, and multiple mandibles. In the center, there's a long, needle-like proboscis, suggesting it might be parasitic, though currently it's stuck in a cup filled with some foul-smelling concoction. The gaze of its compound eyes seem to pierce you, or maybe not. It's difficult to tell. The creature's eyes do not shift. It does not seem to have a mouth that can produce language back to you. Yet you hear a buzzing sound in your head, which, with surprising ease, turns into syllables in your mind. Hello? The sipping stops. The long proboscis shivers for a moment and carefully slides out of the cup as the creature turns its head towards you.
Looking for me? Why?
The proboscis finds its way back into the cup, and into the cup, and any form of tension that Elvra could exhibit is gone. However, it seems that there never was any, for its features are far removed from a capacity to express anything.
Manoha, good friend, not many like him in Ziegel. Fortnight ago, there was a visitor from Jotunheim in the Fortune's Wheel. Manoa would have bet and bit off some fine gers. Fosti and Zakjarn. The Icebound gone now back to Ysgard. How would I know? Ask in Hall of Records. They know all about who's in Ziegel. Nearby, try Zigard. I hear of near portal fated love Zigard.
Updated my journal.
The buzzing in your head continues. It does not sound like a question in terms of intonation, but it is clearly one based on the context.
What does mortal want with Elvra?
The fiend stops sipping for a moment and takes his proboscis out of the cup. You hear buzzing again.
Liquefied human from prime material.
The fiend happily hands you the cup. The cup contains a thick, viscous mixture of reds and browns. It looks truly unappetizing. The fiend does not have the means to smile, yet its buzzing makes it sound like it's grinning somehow. Chief, I love the macabre as much as the next floating skull, but this is pretty extreme. I should hope this is some kind of ploy. Do not drink this.
This is not a course of action one should follow.
Yeah. Buzzing in your head continues. What are you? The creature sets the cup aside and seemingly gets ready for a long tirade of buzzing words into your brain.
Elvira's is a Karakan Batezu from Iron city of Dizar beloved leaders. Dispaters renowned torturer. The ever blazing for trees on this second layer, shroud of smoke as far as the eye can see. Korakon's Batezores in plains, we can keep victim alive for years in constant agony. Yes, thank you.
The fiend seems very happy about this remark. Well, done talking to you. Oh man, I probably won't stream for that much longer. My throat is already hurting today. Whoa. We got some more people to talk to and stuff to do, but this is cool. This is cool.
Who will Zagons let in here next? Elves?
A scarred man stands at the bar. He is He is unhealthily thin, and his skin has a sickly yellow tinge. One of his arms is strangely crooked, almost claw-like. Perhaps an injury prevents him from moving it normally. The man does not say anything and just watches you intently with his coal black eyes. The man seems quite busy and irritated with his workload. He serves drinks and food to the fiends. Dakin, surprisingly, does not perform his usual Githzerai pleasantries, as if he knows it would be pointless. The barkeep seems to notice you are both there, but does not actively try to interact.
Even if you knew the essence of entertaining, like the Gith Hermit who learned all the songs of the Delphins on the plane of Arborea, know that doing it for fiends always has a second meaning. Keep that in mind when you talk to this Gith.
Are you ordering something, or maybe you're interested in a bit of gambling? If you need to know, I once dealt with heroes of the sort who run from the city to city asking if anyone has a job for them. This is what I got for it. He flexes his claw-shaped hand slightly. This isn't the work of devils or demons. Even so-called good beings can be stubborn enough to do terrible harm. So to spite them, I serve those they hate.
Alright. Thanks for your exposition.
We met once a long time ago, but that doesn't matter.
No, the caution was never a vice, at least not in Zerthamon's eyes.
You sound exactly like that old, what was her name? Zajiv? She also followed the path of Zerthamon. She constantly quoted it for every occasion. She's a Zerth, just like your companion, except she hasn't lost that privilege. Zagon pauses for a moment and chuckles to himself. It's funny that this particular detail stuck in my memory. She has very long fingers, even for a Githzerai. I remember she was very calm and composed, often hiding her face behind a mask. She's much older than she might seem. I don't know where she went after the fall of Shra Kotlor. I don't even know if she's still alive. The former capital of the Githzerai, heart of order amidst chaos. If you can imagine, its stability depended on the faith and discipline of people when...
This is neither the time nor the place to discuss Shra Kotlor.
Dakin visibly darkens at the mention of that place. Perhaps you should ask him privately.
As you wish, but you'll not regain the respect of the people. You will not regain the respect the people had for you if you continue to doubt. Forgive the hurtful ones, but rebuilding Shrakatlor will take another 100 years or more, and even then, only if. Suddenly, he seems to realize something very important.
You doubt too,
Dakin realizes.
but you'd really like to believe as much as I can't even pronounce. Javi did.
Oh my god, we could pick two bad options, or we can pick our charisma option here. For 120,000 XP. Wisdom, intelligence, and charisma increased by 1 permanently? That's crazy. Dakin quietly looks away, lost in thought. Something inside him changed when he heard your words. Oh, that's crazy, because now... What was it? Was it actually Dakin's stats that raised?
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
I think it might have been Dakin's stats that raised. No? I think it was mine. My wisdom's still 25 here. That's supposed to give me 2 wisdom, 1 charisma, 1 luck. God damn it. Alright, well that means I really don't need this tattoo of the soul on me anymore. So I can put this on, I can take the tattoo of the soul off. I should still be at 25 wisdom. I am. Anybody have an open tattoo slot that they want a tattoo for? You have an open tattoo slot. What is this? This is the +1 wisdom. So send this to Anna. Anna, swap it for the +2, and then we send this to you and give you this tattoo. There you go. And then I'm missing a tattoo here. So I need to go buy another tattoo. Probably the intelligence tattoo at this point. I put the skin of regrets on. I can't. We cannot save it this time. I can't save it this time because these assholes are fighting right over here. We gotta step outside and then quick save.
I'm gone.
That was nice. We got a fuck ton of XP. I have to go. Your phone got found. Well, I'm glad it got found. I probably won't be on for much longer. I'm probably gonna talk to a couple more people, but my throat is kind of raw. Oh my god. Look how many fucking characters there are to talk to. There's so many different dudes. I thought... So this is not the same guy. A tall mast is devoid of sails. Not that the Styx oarsman has anything to sail on at the moment. From the crow's nest, an incredible panorama of the ditch is visible. This large, segmented fiend is wandering around the upper floor of the Styx oarsman, looking for something. Trouble, perhaps? He sports many arms and exudes a gentle air of derangement, and you conclude he's probably of the abyss. Unlike the other patrons, he's not partaking in drinks, conversation, or any other tavern activities. When he notices you're looking at him, he approaches rapidly, stopping right in front of you, and blowing a stream of rancid hot air in your face from his deformed nostrils.
I am the patient architect of despair. My place is strung from my own entrails, and I sit in its heart.
Fuck. Why am I saying I? It's A.
A wretch with even knives. The careless stumble into my tomb, and I drink their marrow drop by drop, leaving only hollow husks to decorate my halls. Tell me, what am I?
Wait, I'm the patient. Hold on. We have more here. Okay. I'm the patient architect of despair. My palace is strung from my own entrails, and I sit at its heart. A wretch with even knives. A careless stumble into my tomb, and I drink their marrow drop by drop. Man, I don't know. I don't know. A grave.
Why, yes, mortal, you are correct. Close your eyes and I'll give you your reward.
Several of the fiend's many arms reach behind his trunk. You are not sure if he's grabbing something or preparing to take a swing at you.
Ha! Damn it! Did you see that? Did you see that?
I'm hurt.
Yeah, I could tell.
Did you see that?
I'm hurt.
There's nothing I can do.
God damn, dude. Who has the... I thought somebody picked up a fucking blood. You did.
I'm hurt. I'm gone.
The Karak sings
Looks like
true.
death's come for the bill.
God damn it. I'm dead.
Welcome back, Chief.
Where are we? 20, 23, 28, 23, 32? $23, 32. This is after taking off my tattoos. Alright.
Alright.
You might have a different answer, and I'm just answering wrong there. This insectoid fiend stands with many arms crossed behind its back. It ignores you completely. Its red eyes glance at you momentarily and return to staring into the distance. This time it does not even grace you with a glance. You see a sinewy fiend with a fur-covered face that resembles a goat's skull. From amidst its filthy matted black locks sprouts a forest of twisted horns. He sits alone at a table atop a platform, his head cradled in his hands. He stares out into space and lets out a weary sigh. An untouched mug of beer and a sack of papers lie beside him. He seems too lost in thought to notice you. The fiend looks at you with contempt reserved for vermin and carrion. When he speaks, his powerful voice echoes in your bones. I am Agravel, slayer of the 300 fuck, dude, I can't say this. Marilliths. Obsidian blade of silent death. Lord and master of the Scarlet Shadow domain. I have no desire for idle chatter, mortal. No desire for idle chatter, mortal. I wallow in a loss that your limited human sense cannot comprehend. Leave me. The fiend slightly narrows his eyes and sizes you up, as if assessing your worth. It seems that your respectful demeanor has made a positive impression on him. He honors you with his attention. All right, mortal, perhaps you can be of some use, after all. Know that a tragedy has recently befallen me. I lost my most loyal companion, a comrade who stood tirelessly by my side through the centuries of battlefields and intrigues. The Barnaloth sighs heavily and surreptitiously wipes the corner of his eye. The fiend seethes with rage. Wisps of sulphurous smoke escape from his nostrils. He is alive, mortal! Abandon such defeatist suggestions if you value your own existence. Gravel takes a deep breath and calms down a little. You would be of no help if torn to shreds. He is alive. But due to some interference unknown to me, we were separated while passing through the portal to Seagull. I've looked everywhere for him, but to no avail. Maybe you had better luck, mortal. Bring my best friend here, and you shall receive a reward. It'll be easier if I show him to you, mortal. I've prepared and distributed parchments bearing his likeness around the area, to make it easier to find him. I still have a few left. The creature holds out a crumpled piece of paper towards you. In front of you. Oh, wow, it's a whole cutscene. Surprised what they've decided to, patch. You stare intently at an amateur drawing made for reasons unknown, with pink ink. You decide it would be safer not to dwell on the artistic value of this work.
Updated my journal.
Patch is a very special Modron, a one-of-a-kind helper dog. There is no other like him in the entire multiverse. But if your mortal senses are too limited to understand the subtleties of his nature, call him by name. He will surely come to you. Oh, I almost forgot. A gravel puts 2 clawed fingers in his mouth. He fumbles around for a moment, then effortlessly pulls out a slobbery molar from his jaw and throws it into your outstretched hand. The tooth stinks of acid and burns to the touch, but it's not enough to leave marks in your skin. Give it to Patch to smell. His nose will surely lead him back to me.
Updated my journal.
A gravel's molar. Well, honestly, decreases charisma by 1, increases constitution by 1. Transfer hit points from target to wielder. Okay, so it has, well, Mort, you're about to lose some charisma, but you got yourself a nice looking tooth here.
Hey, come on.
Definitely better than what you had. I wasted money on the fire drake tooth now. Oh my god, it's so long. You see a Tanari woman before you. There's no doubt about her race or gender, for her skimpy attire leaves little to the imagination. Her feet are bare, if only, if one can say, fuck. Her feet are bare, if one can say that about fiendish hooves, and tattered leather underwear hugs her body. Sprouting from her back are the stumps of burnt wings and 4 stinging tails that writhe along the floor like a nest of snakes. It appears that this demoness has no interest in tempting others. On the contrary, she looks as if she wants everyone to leave her alone. Her entire attention is focused on the green iridescent stone she holds in her hands. She examines it from all sides, mumbling something about killing Superman under her breath. On the table next to her lies a dozen similar stones, already drilled through, ready to end up as a beautiful necklace. As you look closer, you realize that they are not stones, but the pupae of some beetle-like creature. Some are still quivering gently in agony. A woman finally stares her white pupilless eyes at the new arrivals. Her gaze falls on Fall from Grace. She lowers her head in a parody of a bow with a mocking smile. She does not even try to mask her contempt. Wench. Grace bites her lip and remains silent. She does not allow herself to be provoked. The demoness snorts and turns to you. What do you want with jeweler Beatha, Burke? I'm busy. Figurine of wondrous power, frog, that are armless or burning. Cannot be used by characters that are armless or burning. So, can't be used by Mort and can't be used by Ignis. This life-size sculpture resembles a frog. Figurines of wondrous power are typically used to summon a sentient animal by placing them on the ground and speaking a command word. This one, however, has been modified by Beatha to grant the user the benefits of frog-like abilities while it is held. This benefit includes improved camouflage, which enhances armor class, resistance to poison, and the ability to hold one's breath for an extended period. Okay. I actually don't have enough for all this. Cockroach earring. 2 to armor class, 2 to armor class was crushing. This earring was crafted by Beatha from a miniature cockroach. Construct resembling a cockroach. These creatures were once released to the jungles of Chult to clear paths to ancient ruins. But now they consume not only garbage, but also flora, artifacts, and unwary travelers. Normally the size of a dog, their sharp pincers and corrosive acid makes them far more dangerous than their size suggests. Above all, the perfect trait for which cockroaches are infamous. They are extremely difficult to kill. The earring allows you to magically acquire some of the traits of this relentless automation. Fuck me. Its effect is similar to that of a cockroach charm, but slightly weaker and permanent while worn. It's not merely a decorative trinket. It's pretty good. Serpent skin wallet. Donuts don't wear alligator shoes. This wallet is likely made from the skin of a shadow sea serpent. It is designed to store jewelry. Considering how popular jewelry is in Siegel, it could be a worthwhile purchase for better inventory management. The unnatural properties of its material make the owner more difficult to rob. A thief might hesitate before reaching into a wallet's bottomless darkness. Its origin is the Shadowfell, the plane of shadow, where the shades breed eldritch monstrosities, including enormous serpents crossed with whales that devour anything in their path. The enchantment on this wallet ensures that the owner can recover their possessions with ease, though some doubt is understandable. I see. I think we have one of these, right? Cerebral Parasite Earring. Immunity to panic, -1 constitution, +1 wisdom, 3 to intelligence. I think she buys jewelry for more. She does. That's nice. Well, I kind of want both of these cockroach. The cockroach and the cerebral parasite. I spent all my money on everything. Which is kind of nice. I guess I could make some money back. The thing is, these cranium rat tails is like, this is like 122 gold if I slowly sold it all. It was like insane. There's a merchant there. I think I'm gonna call it here. It's like Minecraft music. My throat hurts. We're gonna definitely do more of this. I'm excited to do more. I'm just a little tired. My throat hurts. So I gotta fucking install some shit. I gotta work on my game some today. I need to do that. So I might do that. I should do that. Alright. Anyway. Thanks for stopping in. We'll play more of this. Tomorrow we're gonna play, more Neverwinter Nights 2, probably. Is there something else we were doing? No, we were doing the puzzle game. I gotta come up with another puzzle game to play, maybe. But, because we should play 3 games at a time. No, Neverwinter Nights 2 is gonna take us a long time to get through. Not that I want to play Icewind Dale at the same time we're doing this, but who knows? Anyway, I assume this will take us like the week to get through. It's like 10 hours or something, 10 plus hours. Depending on how hard some combat stuff is, which is usually what like bogs me down. Anyway. Have a good one. Check this out. It's Blizzard and Baator. We will play more.